Hello there, I'm Stuart Goldsmith, and this is my Infinite Sofa, my massively interactive comedy chat show with the very best comedy performers from all around the world. And tonight we have performers from as far afield as Canada, New Zealand, Newcastle, Hammersmith, and Australia, although that's cheating because that is the Canadian, they just live there now. You're watching on Twitch via infinitesofa.com, which you can also find links there. My mouse has gone weird, and so it's really fucking my eyeliner. I can only apologise, I probably look hammered. I'm not. You're watching on Twitch via infinitesofa.com, and you can also find links there to watch previous episodes on YouTube, which being exclusive to Twitch, well, I don't hate it, it just disappoints me, like an unreliable milkman. I mean, what is the fucking point if you can't rely on the milk? But to be honest, he got there 2 hours late, but he had put it in the shade, which was nice. Join us in the chat. Join us in the chat. Hello to everybody who is currently in the stream chat, which I did open and now I can't find, for fuck's sake. There's a good chance. I'll do the rest of the preamble in a minute. There's a good chance that I deliberately let myself get into this state and haven't fucking prepared anything because I think it creates some sort of creative crisis. I think I might be doing it deliberately. I'm forever going, what the fuck is going on? And I think I'm quite a capable person. It's probably too early for one of these. Anyway, join us in the chat, not least because the people are wonderful, but also because halfway through the show, producer Callum switches the chat to follower only, like a prick. Except he's not a prick, he's a wonderful man because it's his birthday. Can we all give producer Callum a round of applause? He's 25 today, 25, which is 38 in Twitch years. Of course, if you are or become a follower, then you teach the Twitch algorithm that you enjoy comedy and lunacy and fun things like this, as well as watching a never-ending Warhammer Battle Royale in your pants, whatever it is you're into. You can still participate in the chat, which is worth considering, especially when you can get to ask questions of my guests. Who is on the show tonight, I hear you cry? I shall tell you. Ed Gamble, off of, Jesus, the Off Menu podcast, top of the week more times than it's actually happened. Fucking brilliant. He's just the most beautiful, caring, kind soul, and he's lovely, and I love him, and I want to kiss him on the bum. But I'm not going to because I'm married, which is sad. And he's married as well. No, was he married? No, he was about to get married, and then we'll talk about it. So no, I don't think he's. Oh fuck's sake! Right, this is a real hammer, and right now I'm using it with a prop hammer because I honestly had the impulse to pick it up and fucking deck myself in the head, which I would never do. It's probably not in terms of service. Ed Gamble, we have Holly Byrne, we have Alasdair Tremblay-Birchall, wonderful comics, and David Coroneos, who, if you saw us a couple of weeks ago, was the mad fucker who did the SpongeBob SquarePants thing, puppets of fish attached to his feet. And shut your whore mouth, it's David Hoare. Oh, well, thanks. Nice, David's come up with a little catch gesture for himself, which is very sweet. It's not a traditional double act. He's the Jimmy Cranky to my Batman. Watching him with me. Now, listen, do you know whose joke that is? We were scripting the show earlier on, and this is my sweet milk friend, Heather, who's not actually paying attention. She's wearing a party hat in honour of producer Callum's birthday. Heather, that was your joke. It got a laugh. How do you feel?
Happy, and I'm going to add it to my CV.
Yes, mate. I improved the Infinite Sofa by 1,000% by actually writing a joke. Who knew? If only I could be asked. Watching them with me are these members of the public who join me on the sofa tonight. If you want to be one of them, we will tell you how later. Let's find out about tonight's sofa. Everybody wave. Let's go for a lovely waving long shot. And now everybody, well, I noticed Dave didn't wave, so let's go to Dave.
Hi, Steve.
Hello, mate. I said, why no waving? I think there might be a delay. Let's hope there isn't a delay. I don't mean to bully you, Dave. I mean to pretend to bully you. Not in the mood for a wave?
I didn't hear you say it. That I got a bit of interference at my end.
Oh, no worries. What you'll notice, if you're a trained observer, you'll notice that whilst answering that question, Dave cleverly froze, but with his face smeared out of focus, so it would look like his Wi-Fi was fucked up. Nice work, Dave. Let's go to Lou. Lou, it's your second time on the show. I love it. How good are people's faces when they suddenly get spotlit? Your second time on the show, Lou, and I can't help noticing that behind you there is a wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey picture of the TARDIS.
Yes, my favorite.
Is that fan art? Did you create that yourself? It's kind of Picasso style. It's fantastic.
Oh no, I bought that from the Doctor Who Experience Museum that was in Cardiff a couple of years ago.
Oh, nice. Cardiff. And remind me where you're from, Lou, because the way you pronounce Cardiff was like no one else pronounces Cardiff. You're from where?
Louisiana.
Louisiana. That explains the not very good microphone. Lovely to have you here.
Her tooth is gone.
I'm going to ask this of a few people. Don't feel I'm victimizing you. Have you got a weird celebrity crush, Lou?
Well, probably. I think so.
Great, and that's exactly what I was aiming for. So, chat to the rest of the sofa this evening. Let's see who's up for playing along with this immediately. Flossie, have you got a weird celebrity crush?
Not weird, but the only celebrity I have a crush on right now is Jade Adams.
Jade Adams, great celeb, great celeb. Flossie, I'm going to ask you David. I'm going to ask you. Everyone, look at David. David, we did say that we were going to get everyone on the sofa to do an input mic check at the beginning of the show. Did we say that?
Yes.
Did either of us take any action about that? Because I certainly didn't. I thought it sounds like a David Hoare thing.
Yes.
Well, then I'm sure it's in my imagination. Ian is over here. Ian, are you still wearing the coat hanger from the last episode?
It's been a long weekend. It's been a very long weekend.
Oh, Ian, how I love you. Tell us, Ian, do you have a celebrity crush?
Well, yes, and it's actually quite good that we're in the Panny D because it's Laura Kohnsberg.
Oh no!
So this is brilliant.
What is it about Laura Kohnsberg? Tell us, for those of us who don't know, who is Laura Kohnsberg?
So she's a political reporter, the BBC. She's Scottish accent. It's just something about the way that she says hidden sources.
Oh, that was good. And I hope for your sake there's no one actually Scottish on the sofa tonight. Hello, Nikki. Nikki, next. Lovely to have you here. This is your first time on the sofa. You're a dear friend of mine. We've known each other fucking 25 years or something mad. How are you? Where are you? How's your life?
It's good. We're staying safe. We're locked down. I'm still Scottish. So
is that in Scotland? Is that one of the repercussions of the pandemic? Is that you can suddenly become not Scottish? Because you did sound
I'm
relieved.
very happy to be Scottish right now with what's going on. Very happy.
What's the difference in the lockdown there? What's the main difference between what you guys are up to and what we're piddling around with?
I think we're I couldn't say because I'm not there, but it does sound like we're kind of staying inside and not quite ready to branch ourselves out yet. Trying to say diplomatic there.
That was so diplomatic. I've never known you to be diplomatic. Nikki, do you have a celebrity crush? Like a weird one?
No.
I'll come back to you. So you'll notice, judging by the rules from how Lou did it earlier on, one of the things you can simply say is no or yes.
Think of one of them.
That's fine too. Let's go.
No,
Hey, I tell you what I'm excited about. Nikki, I'm muting you. I tell you what I'm excited about. My God, I've gone mad with power. The ability to mute Nikki, awful. I'm so sorry. Sam and Roz. Yay. Sam, you went last time and now you're back. Let's give Sam a fucking hell. Wow. Sam, that is an impressive weapon. It's an impressive weapon, my friend. What was wrong with you? A bit peaky?
I had something called labyrinthitis, which means you're super thinky all the time.
Yes, I've had that. You start walking upstairs upside down and rolling a ball around. Yes! Nice, guys. Anyone at all?
Absolutely hideous. Do not recommend it. So.
Oh, mate, I'm so sorry. Did you have to do, at any point, did you do Epley's manoeuvre?
If that involves a bucket and running towards it, then yes.
Oh, no, it's so awful. Epley's manoeuvre is the only thing that you can go to the doctor with a condition like dizziness, vertigo, whatever, and which I realise isn't the same as labyrinthitis, but ballpark. You can go to the doctor, he can lie you down on the ground, move your head 3 different ways, you get up and you're cured. It's fucking unreal. I did it off some internet instructions. I mean, this has just become a chat now. But it's great to see you well again. Guys, obviously you guys are a couple. Do you have ratified celebrity crushes? Could you tell us each other's weird celebrity crush?
I don't know how weird it is. I think it's quite weird, but I'm going to go for the really weird one. Ian McShane is Roz's.
Ooh, now Ian McShane Lovejoy era or Ian McShane... Oh, Lovejoy, right. Wow, because Ian McShane Swearingen or Ian McShane Game of Thrones is a sexy badass, but Lovejoy, my God, Roz, what are you thinking? Tell us, who is Sam's weird celebrity crush, please?
I don't think it's weird. Natalie Portman, really.
Natalie Portman, you're right. Who on earth could fancy her? Well, here we are. We'll meet more of these. We'll find out more. Is there anyone else that I need to greet? Yes, look, this is Steph. Hey, Steph, you're new. Thanks so much for coming along. Fantastic. Go on.
I've been there. I was on the James Acaster episode, but I was with my stepmother.
Oh, yeah, your step. I'm so sorry. So you're not actually new. You came here with your wicked stepmother. Is she? I know your stepmother. She is wicked. Now, I'm going to assume that you're an adult because you're clearly in a child's bedroom. I don't know what's going on there.
I might act and look like a child, but I promise you I'm 20.
I don't like even that sentence being said on the show. I'm absolutely not going to ask you who your celebrity crush is. So, Steph, why don't you tell us, what's your weirdest lockdown purchase?
Oh, I've made a lot of purchases in lockdown. I got my student loan and no rent to spend it on. So I keep buying things. I bought an entire drawing tablet. It was this whole thing. This was
shit. Holy! When you said drawing tablet, for a second I was thinking cuneiform. Like, I've written some commandments on my tablet. The fucking size of that! You could kill a thing with that. That's good.
A weapon.
Yeah, nice. David, young people with weapons, that's okay, right?
I think so.
At some point, you or I are going to have to read the terms of service. There's no
I'll do it now.
Okay, you can have a little read now. And feel free, if you're in the Twitch chat, I'll come to you in a second, but do feel free to support the show. The way we do it, I think this is unique. If you're enjoying the show, if you want to support the show, you can use the donate button, and the show has barely begun. I want to stress that. But as you continue to enjoy the show, as you begin, as you're like, I feel neutral about the show, am I enjoying this? As that happens, you can donate to the show. You can support it with a donation of any amount. And donating any amount using the button underneath the Twitch window means that you will be eligible to be on the sofa in next week's show, which is not next week's show. It's this week. It's on Thursday. And Josh Widdicombe is our celebrity headliner, as well as the brilliant Athena Kugblenu, Damien Clark. I always want to call him Damien Lewis, but that's an actor. Very good. I don't always want to call it. It's not like I look at Damien Clark and go, I wish I could call you Damien. And also Tom Binns. It's going to be so great. So I'm going to tell you now, whoever donates throughout this show, although you become eligible for the next show, the highest donor by 9:15 tonight, that's an hour from now, 10:15 tonight, shut up, it's still on GMT. The highest donor at 10:15 tonight is going to teleport into the show and join us in interviewing Ed Gamble, our star celeb interview. Currently, the winners, so currently Coroneos, friend of the show, is bidding against Rob Grace, about whom I know nothing. I'm not saying they're an enemy of the show. £25 donation. Pow! Coroneos, straight back at you, £35. We're going to be going on about those throughout the show. So if you want to beat them, the donations are cumulative. So if Rob Grace adds another 11 quid, they're going to get right in there over Coroneos, so feel free to get stuck in. Now, what I really need to do, David, is for you to cover with a quick song while I open the stream chat, which you did remind me to open, and then for some reason I deleted. Cover us with a quick song while you do that, and I also adjust my microphone volume as per producer Callum's little note to me just then. It's David.
I met this girl on Monday, took her for a drink on Monday. We were making love by Monday, and on Monday and Monday and Monday, we chilled on Monday. That's called efficiency.
I like it. I'm not very efficient. I'm going to need more.
You've got to kiss the pink off the rim and avoid the brown. Unfortunately, snooker is not as sexy as it sounds. Reach in the pocket and grab the balls, then we can play snooker. Yeah. That's called you're going to need a rest if you want to do that, love. How are you doing, Stu?
David, by how are you doing, Stu? Do you mean you've only got 2 songs? Is that what you mean?
I've got loads of songs. I need to check in each time.
Oh, I've muted myself. That is not how you
Mutiny!
Hang on a minute. No, don't immediately shout mutiny. The first thing you think is mutiny. Gee God. Let's just go to the Twitch stream, which I have now sorted out. Hello, Jambo. Sorry you didn't get in the room tonight. It was very crowded. Lovely to have Jimbo. Jimbo. There's a new person I've made up. But who could tell? I could just start making up people in the stream chat. Welcome, Pluggasm. Great to be here. Lady insert name here. That one was real. Whoa, I'm blowing your mind. The Pitchborn is here. Joe Delicious, Electron Gap. I saw a fight in a snooker club. 3 people were placed under arrest. Boo!
Hey!
Electron Gap. Electron Gap, big supporter of the show, but I'm not putting up with that kind of shit. A Mutiny, a Mute Tiny. Holy shit, Sam Allen just supported us with 50 quid. Sam Allen,
Whoa!
50 quid.
Whoa!
The eye for Cowinia there. So, Twitch terms of service. David Shutter, thank you, David, has kindly put in the Twitch stream chat the Twitch terms of service. You agree not to transmit content that is inaccurate, unlawful, inaccurate, we're fucked. Infringing, defamatory, obscene, pornographic, invasive of privacy or publicity rights. The same thing, David, is happening now as when I tried to read the terms of service when I ticked that I'd read them, which is that I've zoned out. So I appreciate it, but I can't help. My bro Jimbo, the whore train. What, Jos Viz wants to get on board the whore train, choo choo.
Toot toot!
No, not fuck you. It's outrageous. Right. Let's see what's going on in the actual show, shall we? Shall we begin the show? I feel like did we do a little game? Oh, we'll do a little game in a minute. Let's have an act. Why don't we have an act? Let's sorry, I'm more than usually all over the place. Let's greet Sana because she's in Berlin. Hello, Sana. Hello. I just wanted one of those faces. Sana, you're in Berlin. You are effectively German. Is that
I am.
Is that how you say it? Or are you just German? Is that racist?
Brexit thing.
You're basically German. So what is your weird celebrity crush, Sana?
This fish.
I get it.
Thank you,
Got lovely eyes. Got lovely eyes.
I'm just going to talk you through the journey of my reaction to that. This fish, I thought, what a fucking hero. What a brilliant, funny, and immediate thing to say. And then she turned, I was like, holy shit, there's a fish. And then there were numerous fish, and I thought, as I think we all did, which fucking fish? And the little man came and went, that's the best fish to fancy. Thank you so much, Sarah. What a wonderful thing. I think you've rescued me from this gear change. Ready? Now we can start. Ladies and gentlefolk, people of all sizes, would you... I mean, that just came across as offensive anyway. But people of all sizes, would you believe we have an incredible returning guest? Now, I keep thinking how lovely it would be for guests to return. We've got to get... do you remember Rob Rouse? He's our Country File presenter. He took us out and saw his chickens in his shit pond. We've got to get some of our guys back. We've got to get Phil Ellis back. We're getting Sindhu V back in a week or two.
Hey.
But this is the very welcome return of David Coroneos. He's an absolute fucking Fruit Loop, and it's about 8:20 in the morning where he is now. So I think probably we can expect something super normal from him. Let's find out what he's got for us today. It's David Coroneos.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey guys, thanks for having me back. I'm really stoked to be here. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm really good, mate. I'm really stoked to have you. I think you might have something on your face.
I'm cosplaying. This is I've been doing a bit of research. This is, if you can guess, this is Voldemort.
Oh, nice! That totally works.
Look at this. No, it doesn't hurt. That hurt.
That is absolutely significant. That's an astonishing Voldemort. That's great.
Thank you. Okay.
So talk us through it, David. You look like you've got a lot of setup there, and you're one of our favourite and most inventive performers. So tell us what the fuck's going on in your tiny mind.
I'm from the Antipodes, so I've really enjoyed blending into British culture. I've learned a lot about Harry Potter and Doctor Who because one of your lovely guests asked me to do a Harry Potter Doctor Who theme thing. I don't know what the fuck this is.
That's always a good starting point for you, David. If you ever know what the fuck you're doing, I start to worry.
Yeah, I know. It all just goes downhill. I tried to do the little... see, I can't do it where you make the raspberry with your mouth and tongue, but the pantyhose is really smashing my mouth in, so I just get a noise.
Again, in terms of service, there's nothing specifically precluding us from doing that, but I am concerned.
Can I please show? I've got some fan fiction I would love to show you guys. Is that all good?
Yeah, we would love to see. Can we just go for a long shot, Callum? Hands up if you're into fan fiction.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, it's not everybody, but let's hope there's enough of them.
Found out about fan fiction is that Harry Potter and Doctor Who fans very horny.
Okay. I mean, I have heard that. I've heard cosplay conventions are sort of stinking fuck pits. Is that true? I've not been to one.
Giving me an erection right now, Stu. You don't want to know what's happening down here. So,
For God's sake, let's not see it. Okay.
Okay, cool. So I've written some. Here's my interpretation of Harry Potter. That's why I've got the Harry Potter thing in the background. So let's just fucking do it. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Harry Potter. Oh fuck, that's the wrong one. Fuck. Harry Potter. Oh fuck. Oh, hello. I'm Harry. I'm Harry Potter. And Harry Potter's biggest villain was this guy here, Voldemort. Oh, Voldemort, I'm gonna fucking kill you, Harry Potter. No, you're not gonna fucking kill me. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Harry Potter had tried everything to kill Voldemort, but none of it had worked. Until Harry Potter visited the United Arab Emirates and found this guy, a snake charmer. And luckily enough, Voldemort was a little bit of a snake himself, and not just because of his gossip. The snake charmer started playing some music and started wooing Voldemort. And Voldemort couldn't handle it because he was a snake, and he got really horny. And one of David's flatmates was supposed to buy white toothpaste, but then he bought the multicolored one. So now
certainly that's work. I'm certain that's working in our favour, David. That's absolutely working in our favour.
Okay, so yeah. Voldemort was a very evil man, full of a lot of testosterone, so his whole body was full of semen. He was 95% semen, so he was just a husk of himself, which meant he died. We got it, saved the day. Yeah, we saved the day, and all of his friends were happy too. Yeah, good on you, Harry Potter. You yeah. Anyways, that's another episode of Harry Potter. I've been Michael Caine.
Are you pausing for breath? Is that you've got 2 bits? I think that was incredible. Let's give David some love. Thank you so much, David.
Thank you. That was really fun. But actually, I've also come up. Can I do one more, Stu?
Yeah, of course, please.
Thank you. Okay. So I've been researching Doctor Who. I didn't know.
Are you still Voldemort at this stage, or is there a Doctor Who? No. I mean, leave it on. Leave it on. Maybe the Twitch chat can suggest, or maybe even let's briefly go to Doctor Who superfan Lou. Are there any Doctor Who monsters that don't have noses?
I think maybe the Absorbaloff.
The Absorbaloff, naturally. Great. This is.
I can do an impression of the Absorbaloff. Hello, I'm the Absorbaloff.
Yes, absolutely smashed it. Great work, David.
Thank you. So I don't know. I know there's a lot of controversies about whose person is their favorite Doctor Who character. I didn't want to leave anyone out, but I didn't have enough time as well. So I got all of the recent Doctor Who's. I got one of those face blender apps to combine them, and that's going to be my version of Doctor Who. So this is what I ended up getting. This is all. This is all for last Doctor Who. So we've got this one. This is the eyes of another Doctor Who, and their nose. It's kind of like a Doctor Who. The fuck is that? But let's move on. So this one. Okay, got to reset. So let's do it. Okay. I've got to set the background so that it's. Okay, I learned the Doctor Who theme song as well. Beginning all the way somewhere in some kind of time was Doctor Who. Oh, Doctor Who. And they had come up against their natural foe, the Daleks. I'm gonna fucking exterminate all you cunts, you fucking. Doctor Who had struggled with the Daleks' coarse language for a very long time and was finally fed up with it. Doctor Who had received some information that using a sonic screwdriver is not the way, but rather a sonic can opener. Powered by noise. Doctor Who grabbed the can opener, put it on the Dalek. Ah! All of a sudden, the Dalek's head fell off, and Doctor Who had saved the day. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, you're fucking dead. Doctor Who had tasted the inside of the Dalek and realised it was more like a blue pineapple crust mixture. And pina coladas and on top of pizzas, which is the best ending. I've been Sir Ian McKellen. Another episode.
David Coroneos, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. David, that was extraordinary and yet completely typical somehow. If you've just joined us, me neither. David, that was absolutely astonishing. As soon as you launched into that first bit, the Twitch chat went mad. PS Twitch asked, how did he get Daniel Radcliffe on the show?
Thank you.
I mean, that's so wonderful. Lots of people clapping. Definitely fits the whatever this is description. Casual Fusillade says, I'm your fucking dead. You're your fucking dead. Lady insert name here says, I'm going to yeet myself into the next dimension. Look, I'm only 42, but I know what yeet means, all right? I look at the internet. Lovely bit of yeeting. And what in God's name have I stumbled upon, says Chris Ireland, echoing about 90% of the chat. So I mean, that's exactly what we wanted you here for. Someone says, Dalek t-shirt, exterminate all you cunts, which I initially thought to be a troll. And then I saw that instead of being banned, one of our mods, the very kind Sir Blackhand, actually added the permitted term, you cunts. However, I then realised that it was, in fact, Leslie Gold, who's on the sofa with us. Great idea for a t-shirt.
Right? I'd buy it.
Merch.
David, make a note. Merch. Dalek, exterminate all you. I don't know about that. I feel like it may be open to misinterpretation.
Just an emote then.
Just an emote. No, not even an emote. I think an emote is going too far. We have got a new emote, incidentally, which I can't wait to reveal to you. It's not available just yet. In fact, I'm not sure if it's available, but I believe it is available. Its time will come. David, what? I'm sort of at a loss for something to ask you that's kind of pertinent. Are you like this all the time?
You know how much stress this causes me, Stu? But I want to deliver you something from my heart. I don't want to filter through premises or punchlines. I just want to show you what's in here. And I mean, that's a special key that not many people get, Stu. So I'm really just glad.
David, I think if I wasn't in love with you already, I am now. You want to no premises or punchlines. I just want to show you what's in my heart and indeed what's inside a Dalek. David, you know what I'm going to say. I don't want to cause you any stress here, but will you come back with something else new and original?
Yeah, go on. Give me another theme.
Right, another theme. Let's go to the sofa. Hands up if you've got a theme for something for David to come back with. As you've seen, budget is no hurdle. Let's go to Matthias. I'm very much looking forward to this. Matthias, lovely to have you back on the show. Matthias, you're in Germany. We know you're an opera singer, but we haven't heard too much of it yet. There's always a chance. Matthias, tell us, what theme would you like David to do something with?
The Lion King.
Well, hang on a minute. Yeah. I think this might be a ringer, because the first time I saw David, he was doing a Lion King thing. Matthias, did you know that he does the Lion King?
No.
Well, in that case,
I've got to amp it up.
You've got to amp it up. You've got to do the Lion King bit, but turbo. Can you do that?
Yeah. Go on. I'll add a character up somewhere in there.
I think what I like most about this is the fact you're wearing an apron makes it look like we're in your workshop, and that's very special. So the comedy janitor whose work underpins the Infinite Sofa. David, can you point us at a Patreon or some means of supporting you online or something like that?
Just follow me on Instagram at David Post Office. That's about it. I barely release anything. This is honestly the only content I'm really doing at the moment. So yeah, follow Instagram.
Great stuff. Thank you very much. Join me in thanking David Coroneos, ladies and gentlefolk. Lady insert name here says, I've got a cutout of Matt Smith in my room I didn't mention. Lion King does Tiger King. Now that's interesting. If David's still listening. The Lion King is awesome. I believe I can fly. Oh, the Lion King, nice. More underwater love. Thanks for showing us what's inside your heart and mind. The Lockdown Comedy Guide says, and I like this, next time David's on, I just want a stream of deadpan one-liners. He attempt to do actual observational comedy at the Edinburgh Festival last year, and he'd be the first to admit it broke him. That's just not in his DNA. We've got some thank yous. Thank you to Sam and Roz, a £50 donation. Sam and Roz, you're already on the sofa. Isn't it the same, Sam and Roz? Sam and Roz, what are you doing dropping 50 quid on us, mate? Thank you so much. Say again?
It's payday.
It's payday! It certainly is payday here at the Infinite Sofa. Message to all of you. It's payday. And remember, ladies and gentlefolk, don't pay what you think the show is worth. Pay the absolute maximum you can afford. Copyright Pete Dobbing, the finest street performer in the world. We've also got to thank Cowinia, who is now up to £65. The teleportation challenge is up to a combined total of 65, hammering Rob Gracie's £51, which is it's just awful for Rob. I feel terrible. Posidelic, we also want to thank Eamon Goodfellow, Sarah Kay, David Shutter, and Mute Annie Rostrodge. No, Mute Annie and Rostrodge. I mean, how the fuck am I supposed to know? Do you know, I've just noticed in my script for introducing David Coroneos, well, it's not the intro, it's like I put the name and then I put a brief outline of what they're going to do. And for David, I've just put whatever the fuck he does. So that was that. Seems to really do it. Let's have a few more weird celebrity crushes. Let's go back to Matthias. Where's lovely Matthias? Do you have a weird celebrity crush?
Yeah, but it's German, so it's boring. But we all know there's somebody behind the door in your room, and I take her as my celebrity crush.
There's somebody behind the door in this room here.
Yeah, in your room.
In my room. Is someone
Mum.
door?
Oh no, Mum.
Behind the door.
You,
Mum.
This is great stream, guys. We're doing great stream here.
Queen Mum.
Who's shouting? Who's shouting? Put your hands up if you can explain what the fuck's going on.
Queen Mum. Queen Mum.
The Queen Mum.
Yeah.
The Queen Mum. Behind the door is the. I see what's happened here. You're referring to something I've obviously said without realizing I've said it. Is that fair?
No, Andy said it.
Andy said it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Conspiracy theory about you.
Well, so far it takes a lot to break me. We're 11 weeks into lockdown. Incidentally, I am disgusted that no one has seen fit to congratulate me on an incredible haircut that I did myself. And let me tell you, thank you, Lou. I saw out the corner of my eye this. I appreciate that, although I believe it's an alt-right symbol now. Whoa. The point, and it's laying that way with the haircut. I videoed the whole thing for you in case it was good. And what I ended up with was 25 minutes of me going, boring thing I've ever seen. At one point I look at the camera and that's literally it. So let's just briefly explain the show to new people and then we'll get on with some more of whatever the fuck this is. So what we're doing here is, I tell you what, why don't we go to the Twitch chat, the stream chat, see if you can explain the show. I'm going to go to someone on the sofa who's been to see the sofa on numerous occasions, but we've not. There was a clue there. They've been to see the sofa, bringing a ray of light and a spectrum of colour, as always. Bean, how you doing, Bean?
I mean, I'm all right. I thought I wasn't going to get in today, but
Hey, well, that's simply because I imagine the sofa is becoming ever more popular, and we've turned away today a record 6 people. So good luck, congratulations to you, Bean. Bean, could you explain in your own words? Sorry, just the way I've slowed down there makes it sound a little bit like show me on the doll where the Twitch stream. Anyway, Bean, can you please tell us for the unenlightened, for the new people, we are on the front page, there's a couple of thousand people here. Can you explain what this show is?
okay, right. So Stuart started a chat show in order to bully 12 members of the public every week.
Absolutely fair. Absolutely fair. I'd be amazed if anyone else could do something else. Let's go to Kate. Kate, hey Kate, great to have you back. Thanks for coming. Can you enlighten us? Explain in your own words. Let's say 5 words or fewer. And while I think of it, everyone better prep these because I'm enjoying them. We're coming to everyone. I could jump on you without a moment's notice. 5 words or fewer. What the fuck is this?
Graham Norton's sofa with bullying.
Why is bullying becoming such a big element of it? I think bullying is explicitly against the terms of service. So shut your mouth, pricks. Let's go to Cameron. Cameron, hey, buddy.
Hello.
Cameron, wait
You
a
stole
minute.
my hair.
I did.
Ah.
No. This has been my hair for a long time. It was just post lockdown. I wasn't able to get. How long have you had upright pointy hair?
In varying sort of forms since about 2013.
2013.
7 years.
Thanks, whoever that was.
Wow.
Hang on, I couldn't see, and I'm guessing it was Flossie.
Flossie.
Was that you, Flossie?
Flossie.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the new catchphrase, Flossie, please. That's a new catchphrase we came up with when we were scripting the show at 11 a.m. en masse. We can also do it this Twitch channel on 11 a.m. the day of any performance. Flossie, please. 2013. I think mine's been around for 2013, but it hasn't been this high. I will concede victory to you. And I love that you're wearing not only a Fallout Boy shirt, but one where it looks like your name on a name label in a fast food restaurant is Fallout Boy. So we'll be calling you that the rest of time. Can you, 5 words or less, Cameron, explain in terms that a Twitcher will understand, what is this show?
Well, to quote Brett Goldstein, crowdsourcing a murder.
That's good. And I tell you what, while we're on the subject, let's get should we get an act on?
Yeah.
Let's get an act on. I've got something to say on that. No, let's play a game with the Twitch stream, then we'll get an act on. I'm so sorry. The next act, it's literally like 6 a.m. where they are. But I'm going to make them wait longer. Sorry. So we're going to play the superhero game. This is a game of my own invention. I love it. Not just because it's my own invention, but that's probably part of it. Here's how it works. I say 2 different superhero attributes. And then you watching you can play in the stream chat, you can play on the sofa, you can play at home. We're all at home. You can play IRL. We're all IRL, always. That's RL for you. I'm going to say 2 things, 2 attributes of a superhero. You then need to immediately and instantly name the superhero. And do not think about it. Don't edit yourself. Blurt it out and then type it down. Blurt it out and then type. Or if you're in the room, if you're on the sofa with us, write it down. Because what we don't want is for me to name 2 things, then you have a think and you come up with a clever idea. We don't want your clever idea. We want your immediate dumb idea. Now, David, can you remind me next time to come up with some superhero attributes in advance? Because I've failed to do that. No enough superheroes. Okay, here we go. You are... have we done super speed? Let's do super speed. You're incredibly fast and you have an incredible sense of smell. Go. Immediately go. Now, there's a slight lag on the Twitch thing, so I'm just going to do a little bit of Twitchy stuff. Remember, you can donate to support the show. Current leaderboard is Coroneos, £65 to teleport in at 9:15. Here we go. Let's go the Twitch chat. I've got some absolute belters. Here we go. Put your pens down. Hands up. Who has come up with one of these? Let's go to Lou. Thanks for volunteering, Lou. What have you got for us?
Nose goes.
Nose goes! Absolutely sensational. It's going to be hard. I would absolutely hate to follow that, but let's put it on to Bean.
I have written the speedy sniff because I'm bad at this thing.
Speedy sniff. I don't mind it. Hello, sweet milk friend Heather. What have you got for us?
I've gone for whooshy whiffy.
Whooshy whiffy. That's very good. Sana, what have you got for us, Sana?
Stinky fart girl.
Stinky fart girl. Literally, there are no wrong answers. Although, when I said, what have you got for a Sana, I have to confess, a tiny part of me was hoping that you'd go, this fish. Ian, let's find out. What have you got, Ian?
The sniffy streaker.
The sniffy streaker. I don't mind it. Let's go to the Twitch chat. We've got Turbolfac from Schizophonica. It's Turbo and Olfac. The sound is different, but it spells lovely. Smelly Whiz, Quick Pon. We've got Rapid Whiff. The Snort Conk. I don't mind it. A Quickie Fart. Speedy Smellman. And once again, we've added the permitted term cunt. Why have we done that? Speedy Sniff. Speed Bat. Wee Smelly Man. Sticky Fast Pants. Zippy Stinker. Listen, if you take nothing away from tonight, please don't let it be. Look, I mean, you're obviously going to take nothing away from tonight. Whatever you do, please don't clip or otherwise record just me reading these out. My career has been rich and varied rather than stratospheric, but this is a genuine low point. Sticky Fast Pants, Zippy Stinker, Captain Lightning Sniffer, Swift Sniff, Phoebus Apollo, question mark. Thanks, B. Marcus. I think the question mark was sent. Oh, Phoebus Apollo. Yeah, I get it. Hypernose, Silent but Violent, Fast Sinker, two Zippy Sniffers, Smelly Gonzalez. I mean, Gonzalez, it's a pun. I don't know if you, but it's high up the list. I think maybe you came straight into it. Rob Grace has upped the donations to 66 quid. Cowinia has upped the donation to 75 quid. You realise it's just more of this. It's just more of this. Varied, yes. Rich, question mark? No, rich in the sense of, you know, a tapestry. Turbolfac. Turbolfac is a pun. Don't question me in the chat, Jambo, you motherfucker. Do you know Jambo is actually Anne-Marie, and I will not stand for any of you calling me a motherfucker. Now, before we get our next guest on, who is creating a weird noise? Anyone? There's a noise. Anyone? Hands up. Flossie.
Genuinely not me this time.
Okay, well, this time, okay. Clip, someone in the chat, Yikes Lou, says, clip just Stu reading the names and title it Stu Workshop's potential new names for the show. Oh, dear. You don't know what I'm hearing. Maybe it's the... Have we got the washing on? No, I mean, we are in the cellar. I'd have probably known by now. Let's fucking get on with an act because it's already... Christ, it's 40 minutes in. We've only had one act. This next act is one of my all-time favourite approaches. No, what can I say? Like, I never want to big up anyone too much, but I saw this guy in Melbourne years ago, 6-7 years ago, and I just went, oh, this is my new favourite thing. Please welcome Alasdair Tremblay-Birchall.
Let's do.
Hey man, how you doing? I was hoping for a minute you were going to do a variation on the I'm just going to do this silently for 5 minutes, then check my watch. I love it. What a shimmy. What a shimmy.
Yeah, it's one of my strengths with dancing and things like that.
Nice. Now
I've actually had a shimmy injury in the past. I've injured my sternum from kind of
incredibly, I believe you. What have you got for us? What have you got for us, Alasdair?
Well, I brought what I've now found out is the one thing that doesn't really work on these things, and I've just brought some jokes for you tonight.
Yes, mate. Listen, if anyone can pull it off, and I have seen people pull it off, but if anyone can, you can. Alasdair, would you like me to announce you in a sort of professional comedy club way, or are you just happy to segue in? Okay.
That'd be great. This is the suit I got married in.
Oh, yes, I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, he's wearing the suit he got married in. He's a hero of mine. You all know him and love him. We all love him and know him. Would you please raise the roof for Alasdair Tremblay-Birchall?
Hello, everybody. Hello, nice to see you all. Thank you so much. What a great applause. You know, I got a friend for whom English is their second language, and so they kind of got some quirks in the way that they talk. Like, for example, they use the word seldom a lot, which I love. Because for me, that's a word that I use very rarely. I was in a small town with some friends recently. This already doesn't sound likely. I was with some friends, and we were walking around. We were there for a bucks night, a bachelor party, right? And as we were walking around, we saw look, we're not proud of this, but we were going to get strippers. We're going to get a stripper. But as we're walking around town, we see on this electrical pole a poster for a guy who claims to be a duck impersonator, right? We're like, what? And so the tagline was, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then it's probably Dawn, the amazing duck impersonator, right? So we thought, forget getting a stripper tonight. Let's get Dawn, the duck impersonator, right? So first thing we do is we go down to the supermarket, we buy some bread, so we're going to throw bread at him, right? And then we get back to our hotel room and we order Dawn, right? And he shows up and he's like this little old man like this, and he goes, where do I set up? And we go, just over there. And then Dawn proceeded to put on the most beautiful performance of any type I've ever seen. Like, he became a duck. Like, he made ducks look like they're awful at being ducks. Anyway, best lap dance I ever had. So I've been crying a lot lately. I know men aren't really supposed to cry, but I guess that's why I'm a bad boy, right? But, the reason that I've been crying is because I have a son now, and I don't want him to get emotionally stunted. He said, I heard that a lot of guys get messed up because they never saw their father cry. Well, I'm going the other way. So I'm crying in front of him every single day. That way there's no chance that he'll be fucked up, you know? I think a lot of guys are worried about crying because, you know, it'll make them look weak. but I'm quite lucky in that regard because I am weak, you know. And so the only way for me to not appear weak is for me to not appear. And so I've you know, I don't know, it might not look that weak, but trust me, true weakness is on the inside. And I know, you know, I've had people say, you know, but how are you going to defend like your wife's honor if you know, if you don't try to strengthen up? Well, I'm in the very lucky position to have married a woman that does not have any honor. So I mentioned that I have a wife. You know, so she's a very jumpy. I don't know if any of you guys are or have a jumpy wife, but there's a lot of yeah, like that, very yeah, so very sensitive yeah reflex. Like that, kind of like yeah, like that. Or you walk into a room yeah, like that. So right, but she's also very prone to panic attacks. So I don't want to constantly be scaring her. So me and her have had to come to an arrangement, and the arrangement that we've come to is that now when I approach her, I have to approach her in the way that I would approach a horse. Right? So first I kind of got to get into her line of sight, and she's like looking at me like this, right? So I got to go, easy girl, right? And then I walk slowly towards her, making no sudden moves. Then I let her smell my hand. And if I want to touch her, I can do long, firm strokes, staying away from any ticklish areas. Right? Don't walk around the back, she might kick it. If you feed her, keep your hand flat like that, because she's got big teeth, she doesn't know any better, right? But when we moved in together, right? When we moved in together, there was this, there's that thing, that cleanliness differential, right? And so we had to, like, you know, she liked things clean, and I could sort of live in anything, right? So I had to sort of bring my level up, right? And it's actually not too hard. It's quite good. It's working, you know. Now I live in a clean house. I'm a clean wife. It's real nice, right? That is until she leaves me alone at home for even just one day, because then it becomes complete chaos again. And that's when I realized that my wife is a lot like Saddam Hussein, right? Like, it's not until she's gone that you realize she was really bringing stability to the area. If she goes, then like the whole place just becomes like the Iraq War. You know, at first, sure, she goes to her parents for the weekend. It's like, yeah, there's a feeling of liberation, right? You pull that huge statue of her down, right? But then slowly but surely, you know, just, you know, we start carpet bombing the ground with food and clothes until, you know, which of course attracts rodents, and then it of course leads to the rise of mices, and here we are. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Is an ISIS pun okay? I don't know. I can. I don't know if I've ever kept a secret. A friend asked me the other day. He goes, "Can you keep a secret?" I go, "I don't think I ever have." Right? Like, I'm a real squealer. I'm what people would call a rat cunt. Right? I'm like a plastic container filled with soup in a backpack. Right? You can trust that I will leak. Right? So my friend goes, "Can you keep a secret?" And I go, "What's the secret?" And he says to me, he goes, "Well, all right, I'm like a for real modern day peeping Tom." And I went, "Wow, like there's no way I can keep that secret." Right? I'm sorry, that's just too good, right? And that's the problem with secrets, is that they're just a good bit of talking, right? They want to be told. And I understand that snitches get stitches, but also snitches, conversations they enriches. I'll segue into my last bit. You know, I found out recently that I'm fatter than my dad. My dad, who is older than me, right? But you know, I think it's good for my partner, because you know, he can like look at your partner's parents and see what they're gonna look like in 25 years. Like, she can look at my dad and go, "Oh, better." For her, and apparently I take up cycling in about 25 years, so that's really good. This is kind of where my gut is at the moment. It's not like too bad or anything like that, but it's like I've never had abs, you know, and I've always wanted. I love the idea of having abs, but I'm not willing to do the work that it takes to get abs. So I'm thinking maybe I'm just gonna like get the hair removed. I think that can be unsightly, but like I don't want to go like a place where, like, you know, beauticians or something like that. I want to go somewhere where like a man gets hair removed. So I'm thinking like middle of a paddock, corrugated iron shed. You go in there, there's a guy in there called Wayne, with a blue singlet on, shorts, grabs you under the leg, flips you onto your back, and he just shears you. Flips you over. like that, right? And then so that's phase one. I guess he releases you into a pen with a whole bunch of other bald men. You know, he's grabs all your pubes and he's like, right. I don't know how much shearing imagery you're familiar with. So that's phase one, right? Then phase two could go two ways, right? Phase one, either you could then, you got this nice little bald thing. You could then you could honey glaze it, right? Pull some white netting over it, right? People don't love fat, but they love ham, right? So I don't know if that's or if you don't like that. You know how you like? What about how you can fold your gut into an ass? All right. I've discovered through doing this bit that that's not as common a knowledge as I thought it was. All right, let me just show you a little bit. All right, there we go. What about
no.
Kind of like that? I'm thinking about making that like a permanent
terms of
fixture.
service.
The nipples are still hidden. This is fine. So I'm thinking about making this like a permanent fixture, like have like a second/decoy ass. That leave this uncovered at nighttime, find out if people are doing things to your ass at night without you knowing, right? I don't know. I'm just, like people always talk about having like sculpting their body, but they always sculpt it into a muscly person, right? But you can sculpt it into anything you want. Ass.
Okay, Alasdair, I'm really sorry. We have actually had a terms of service issue. I'm so sorry. We've got someone looking after us, and I had no idea that showing your tummy was an issue. But someone has looked after us and said immediately stop doing this. So,
you know what? This is gonna really hurt my career, but I'm gonna put it away. I shouldn't be compromising. I shouldn't you can't let these guys win. But you're right. All right.
Yeah, I think in this occasion we have to let the guys win. Do you have, Alasdair, an emergency get out punchline you can get to in about 20 seconds?
Let's see. I was gonna say you can sculpt your body into anything. See, look, and then I kind of fold my thing and I sculpt it into like an equal sign, and then I sculpt it into the Adidas stripes, and then I say I can do any number of parallel lines up to about 3. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to wrap this up. And then I usually talk about how ashamed I am.
Alasdair, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Alasdair Tremblay-Birchall. Oh my God. The mind on you, mate. Thank you. I'm so sorry to have had to cut you off in your prime. But
look, that's where I thrive, in that shame.
Hey, I'm an incredible set. Where can we see you and follow you and find out more about you? Please direct us to you. I love your stuff.
Sure. You can find me on Twitter at AlasdairTB, or you could. I have a guided meditation podcast, a comedy guided meditation podcast called Shusher Guided Meditation. People say that it's both relaxing and a little bit entertaining. So,
what's it called? Shusher. Can you spell Shusher for us?
SHUSHER.
Shusher.
Yeah.
Mate, thank you so much for coming on and being part of the show. The Twitch chat went absolutely mad. What a wonderful gig. Please join me, everybody, in thanking Alasdair Tremblay-Birchall.
Thank you so much.
Mate,
By the way,
thanks.
great Conan set.
Hey, thanks, buddy. Thank you. I've briefly considered having the Conan mug and just drinking from it during the thing, but I've realised that when I did that mime, I wasn't spotlighting myself. I was spotlighting you looking at me doing the mime.
You're too humble for that. You're too humble for it.
I'm just too humble. I'm too goddamn humble. Alasdair, thank you so much for coming. Listen, it's going to be 10:15 in 20 minutes. Currently, head of the leaderboard is Coroneos with 75 quid. I can't think anyone else is going to go above 75 quid. You'd have to be some kind of absolute legend. That's fine. So loads and loads of clapping, 10:15 corrected time, 10:15. The rule does seem mad. I agree, Lockdown Comedy Guide, but let's steer clear of any chat about infringement of terms. That tummy for sure. I don't even know what that means. John Keogh, don't let them censor your art. I don't know what that means. It's like that scene in The Santa Claus where he keeps getting a beard and grows 20 pounds a day. I don't know what that means. The nipples are still hidden would make a nice T-shirt, Corovax. That's a good point. He's stolen Al Murray's body. Nice. I like that. Good. And jacket. And then Carpal24 says that was a long walk for a punchline. I think that was about the Mises joke. The correct slam, Carpal, is that was a long walk for a small sandwich. So now, my sweet friends, we have a new emote. We have a new emote. Callum, you can say this in my ear or you can type it. We have a new emote. There is a special event. I think it would be lovely if we could... Can people access the new emote? Are you someone in the Twitch chat who is able... Oh, there it is. We've gone mad. It's Ian in the cupboard. This, my sweet friends, is Ian. And if another 10 people use the emote, and Jesus Christ, the Twitch chat is absolutely a sea of your tiny face with the cupboard in the background. I think it's that time. Ian, do us a favour, love. Get in the cupboard. It's just such a joy. It's such a joy to see Ian in the cupboard. For those of you who are new to the show, and listen, I tell you what's remiss of me, Abby, is this your second time? Is this your second time on the show or your first time?
This is my first time.
It's your first time. Whereabouts in the world are you, Abby?
I'm from Liverpool.
And are you in Liverpool at the moment?
Yeah, I'm at home.
Oh, thanks so much for coming. It's great to have you here. I think I've got so many. I've accidentally let too many people in. Not too many, precisely the right amount, but more than I planned. And so it's on two screens. So I hadn't seen you. You were there the whole time. Abby, just to let you know, Ian sometimes gets in the cupboard. I don't know what he does in there. We suspect it's like the outlet to some sort of crazy Narnia type situation. But what do you do with yourself, Abby? Can you tell us something about you? Who's your weird celebrity crush?
I don't have one at the moment, but just for the sake of anything, when I was a kid, I had a crush on Jerry from Tom and Jerry.
Oh, little Jerry! I can kind of see that. Can I? I don't know, but he's got a little cute head and stuff. Jerry's the mouse, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Incredible. Hang on a second. What on earth is going on here? Wait a second. What's this?
Oh.
So sorry, I'm not quite sure what's. It's muted. It may be good if this isn't muted. Maybe we could find out. Oh, hello. This again, the TARDIS. And can we go back to that, Callum? Is that possible to go back to that? I think it's worth going back to. A small amount of effort has gone into it. Callum, can you let me know quickly if you can rack it up? If not, we're going to have to leave Ian in the cupboard for now. Here goes. Let's try this again. I think this is what Ian gets up to in the cupboard.
Narnia?
It's like Narnia, but sort of unaffordable in London. What time zone is he in?
Very nice. He just made a rainbow with the water. That's amazing.
Oh.
He just made us a little rainbow. Ian, was that you? Ian? Are you there, Ian? Ian, come out of the cupboard.
Came out of the garden from there.
Ian, thank you so much. What a joy. Can we give Ian a huge round of applause there? Ian, my only concern, well, I've got two concerns. I'll talk you through them. First, you had a hose in the garden, and I thought, I bet when he comes out of the cupboard, he's going to have a hose. But no, a really horrifying pair of shears.
I had to improvise a weapon. So.
This is a reference, terms of service. This is a reference to an earlier game in which we improvised weapons, but like comedy weapons. Anyway, shut up. No, you shut up.
Okay.
Ian, the second question I had was, are you worried that you've raised the bar now for the adventures you're going to have to get up to in the cupboard in future episodes?
Yeah.
I mean, there's all manner of things go on in there.
What sorts of things, Ian? Quickly tell us 3 or 4 things that go on in there.
Oh, I mean, there's swimming happens in there. There's flying.
Bear in mind, we might call upon you to video some of these. Swimming, Ian. It's your swimming.
Yeah. As you can see, it's like a beautiful place. Like, it's beautiful. Sometimes the weather is not the same as it is in BST.
Yeah, that's absolutely incredible. Well, listen, that was such great work. I'm just going to go back to Cameron. Now, listen, we know you've got this cupboard behind you. Do you think I know you climbed into it before. Is there a magical world in there?
There is. Let me just pop in and check on it.
Now I'm going to level with you, ladies and gentlefolk. I haven't prepped anything here. Let's see. I mean, I'll try saying it. Roll VT. Nothing. Cameron, pop back out for us, Cameron. Can we soothe Cameron out of the cover? What? Oh man, who here was hoping it'd be Ian? Ian. Oh, mate, that was lovely. What's it like in there, Cameron? Is it a magical world full of rainbows and hoses?
I mean, I'm not in London, so it's certainly in a larger area of land than.
Wow, I think he's just slammed the size of Ian's house. Thank you, team. What a lovely thing. There is another special event coming up soon, but let's get an act on first. Before we do that, while we're waiting for our next fabulous performer to switch their video on, let's find out, Flossie, what's your strangest lockdown purchase?
I don't really think it's going to be in terms of service there, Stu.
Whoa! Absolutely textbook Flossie. We're gonna. Fortunately, Callum's getting me off the hook. And funnily enough, pointing out that something isn't in the terms of service surely has to be contained in the terms of service. Otherwise, what the hell, right? So far, it's 10:02. We're pushing the donations to 10:15. Cowinia is in the lead with 85 quid, which is just astonishing. Wow. In the chat, Bean says Flossie's an absolute icon, and Heather says, Flossie, please. Let's make a poll for the next emote. It could be Ian brandishing some shears. I don't know if we want to go down that road. It could be the David wave. Let's just go to David. It's the David wave. Yeah. David wave would be quite nice. It could also be. Is there anything else that we? Matthias, can you just look as German as possible for us? What's that? You don't have an egg? No, hard-boiled egg. Fine. Maybe it could be a hard-boiled egg that is also Matthias's face. I don't make them. Presumably that's possible. Matthias with a hammer. Nice. Ian's cupboard, says D. Titchborn, is a portal to Bernard Castle. That's great. Shame on you. Not you. Shame on him. Jesus Christ. Get on board the whore train. Maybe it could be Thomas the Tank Engine, but with David's face.
I collected Thomas the Tank Engine toys as a child. That would make my life. You collected
Thomas the Tank Engine toy. Well, I think that's decided it, but it hasn't. Let's have a poll. So let's have the words Flossie, please, because I like that. Flossie, please. We're having David as Thomas the Tank Engine or the David Wave. We'll go for that for the moment. And Maggie, oh, Jesus Christ, Maggie FBK in the chat. She's brilliant at emotes and posting stuff. She says, I have a horrifying stew train to post later. And Electron Gap was banned for using the term whore engine. It wasn't Charismatic. Hang on a second. Charismatic is coming at us from a child's bedroom. It's Steph. You are charismatic on Twitch, am I right?
Yes, that's me.
And you're pointing out that Cameron, known to you personally, is quite handy with Photoshop. Cameron, could you take it off producer Callum's... oh, sorry, I'm so sorry. We were going to ask you to do this. We were going to ask you to do a Photoshop of a train with David Hoare's face. But the results of the poll are in, and I'm staggered. Ian with shears, rank outsider. It was a shit idea, it's my fault. Matthias as an egg, got a few votes. The whore train got quite a lot of votes. And Flossie, please, is the winner thus far. There are 10 minutes left. These are options. I'm so sorry. So far, Flossie is the winner. I think, listen, the fact that David Hoare has been contributing to every single show is not simply a contributor, but a paid member of the team. And yet my punch bag. I think it would be more passive aggressive to David if he lost. Flossie's face.
Mutiny now.
I've muted him. It's a mutiny. It's a mutiny. Well, I think the only person who would have enjoyed that joke was David Hoare, and he's sadly been muted. There's no whore wave on the vote. This is getting very complicated to follow the chat. And let's get a fucking act on, shall we? And let's not just get any act on. Let's get another absolute lunatic, and one of my sweetest, dearest lunatics, very dear to my heart. Would you please join me? Everybody clap in the Twitch chat and clap in the room. It's Holly Byrne. Holly, thank you so much for coming. Thank you.
Thank you.
Whereabouts?
Am I meant to put my thing on gallery view or which view?
Well, you see, if you put it on gallery view, then what happens next is I spotlight you or me or someone else, and it pops it out of gallery view for you. So you might need to make do with speaker view, which will be your face or currently my face with 5 or 6 windows above it. Does that make sense?
Okay, got you. Fine.
Sort of thing we should have checked out in the tech, David.
No.
Make a note. Make a note to fire yourself. Okay. Good. Holly Byrne, how the hell are you doing? We've not spoken in a while. Ordinarily, we would have had a lovely catch up at the McCuncliffe Festival where we both have been drinking. I'd have been on cider. I'm not sure what you'd have been on.
Wouldn't we? Wouldn't we just? And look what's happened to the world.
Are you using a vocoder or is your Wi-Fi?
Can you hear me?
Oh no, we can hear you, but on the word you elongated the syllable "fucked" and it went as if you were Rob.
That was how I said. That was me. That was how I talk.
Oh, lovely, Holly. I wouldn't ask this of just anyone, but do it again.
I don't know what I said, Stuart.
Where are you in the world? How are you doing? How are you getting on?
Well, before lockdown, I moved in with Mother in the Barbican, and because otherwise we would have both been on our own. So here I am, and what we've been doing is we've been entertaining ourselves by making lockdown lip sync videos. Mother and
hello, you and Mother.
Yes. We've become a sort of double act, Stuart. So I'm going to tell you, I've had quite the day.
Can I just to for people who aren't familiar with it, the Barbican is your mum actually lives in one of the flats in Barbican, which is that huge kind of concrete brutalist structure in the Square Mile. Is that right?
Indeed, it was built as an urban utopia, Stuart. And what happens is, did you know this? It was built as an urban utopes, and it's fabulous.
Okay. And you and Mother, and is Mother a performer? Is she in the biz, or is the lockdown lip syncs?
She's not in the biz, but she's big. Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, what I was going to say is basically when I do my stuff, my comedy, it's I never stand still. So this is quite uncomfortable for me having to sit in front of a screen like this.
Well, I mean, feel free to get up and walk around, or you can pick up your laptop if it's not plugged in. And
No. I just mean I'm toning it down.
It's a weird thing to get used to. I mean, you did see David Coroneos earlier on. I don't think he toned it down, but you must do as you see fit. Tell us what sorts of things have you been lip syncing?
Oh, well, we've been lip syncing. Well, today was Sia Chandelier. But what I was going to say was, it's been quite the day. I started the day with a Zoom birthday party with children and dogs, and in the birthday party. Has anybody been to a Zoom birthday party?
Has anyone done a Zoom birthday party? Hands up if you have. Over here, Nikki, Zoom birthday party.
It's horrible, isn't it, Nikki?
Terrible. So rubbish.
Terrible. What was it like in Scotland?
Yeah, no Buckfast anywhere.
Holly, are you aware of Buckfast, Holly? It's a sort of caffeinated alcoholic wine that sort of ready brek for tramps. I just need to attribute that. I think I've nicked that from Viz. It was just in the vestiges of my back. Yes, look at David Hoare's smiling face. He's stolen it from Viz.
No, I just love Buckfast.
So any other birthday parties? Anyone else do a birthday party? Anyone been to one? Anyone been to a successful one on Zoom? Let's find out. Steph, you're quite internet. Did you guys manage to make it work?
Yeah, I mean, it was my birthday, I think about 4 days ago now.
Hey!
So we had a call with everyone. It was actually quite good, but I'm used to doing that. So.
Oh, because you're pretty internet, right? And did you say earlier on you said that you were 20? Does that mean you're just 20? You've just turned 20?
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations! Well done. You've been. I was about to say double figures. I clearly don't understand how anything works. Holly, you started with a Zoom
like
birthday.
Your grandmother, Steph.
Say again.
I could be a grandmother.
I don't think you could.
I nearly could. Anyway, so do you know do you know, peeps? I've discovered during lockdown. Has anybody had any discoveries about themselves? I've discovered something about myself. I've discovered I'm an extrovert. Now,
No, what, you?
yeah. It's incredible, isn't it? But
I'm so sorry. I was just letting that sink in. Surely not shy, retiring Holly Byrne. How did you discover it?
it's extraordinary, isn't it? Well, today I had the birthday party, as I say, and then I did a tweet about. I don't know if you've been. I don't know how. I don't want to be too Anglo about this whole business, but we've been quite busy over here in Angleterre. With the old politics this afternoon.
Yes.
Is anybody up to speed?
Are we up to speed on this?
Well,
I don't know. I don't know how political this show is, but it's my show, and I think he's a weasel.
I'm not usually much of a satirist,
Ah.
but I put a little tweet out, and they jumped on it, and it's the first time I've had a tweet that's done something for quite a long time. So that was a bit of fun. But basically what happened was this Dominic Cummings character, he's driven to Durham. Do we know Durham? Has anybody been to Durham?
Been to Durham's nice. Santa's been to Durham. How did you find Durham?
My parents met each other there.
Both of your parents are Dominic Cummings. Jesus Christ.
Ed Gamble too, right?
Ed Gamble too. Oh, that's the sort of thing that I'll make a note of that in an attempt to stir up some sort of topical bullshit later on.
What,
Great
your
call.
parents met Ed Gamble in Durham?
Most exactly not.
Your mum is Ed Gamble.
I just gave birth to Ed Gamble in an optician's.
Yeah.
Well, basically, I'm from the northeast, and that's where Dominic Cummings is from.
Oh.
And it's
Sorry, you're Dominic Cummings.
I'm Dominic.
I'm so sorry. I accidentally muted you. I was so surprised that I've unmuted you. It was immediate. I was so surprised that you were Dominic Cummings. I accidentally muted you as a reflex anti-Tory. I really apologise.
I'm not Dominic Cummings, but I might as well be Dominic Cummings. But I'm not Dominic Cummings, so which is good. And what were we talking about?
Dominic
Anyway,
Cummings, I think.
Dominic
What was your
Cummings.
tweet? Can you tell us the content of your tweet that went viral?
Oh, I can't even remember it, Stuart.
Well,
Oh,
listen,
hey.
a day in the life of Holly Byrne. You're just busy
Oh,
going viral
honestly,
all the time.
it's been busy. Hey, at least the government is finally acknowledging the North, eh?
Nice.
Can we all bear in mind that I am not, it might surprise you, a satirist, as I said earlier. So it's a big moment for me. But what I wanted to say was I've had a few bit of feelings with Durham because I'm from Newcastle. I never seek to go to Durham normally.
Yeah.
You go to Durham to get through Durham to get to Newcastle because that's the place where you want to get to, ain't it?
Yes,
Why
of
are you
course.
shaking your head?
Well, no, who's shaking their head? Let's not tarry with the soap. No. The point I was going to ask was, sorry, Callum's just sent me a note and I don't know what it is. I've got to look at that note in a second. It's an important sounding note. Here's my concern. I know that people in Newcastle pronounce it Newcastle, but if I pronounce it Newcastle, I look like a wanker. So what are the rules on people not from Newcastle saying Newcastle?
Newcastle.
Yes, I know, but I would say Newcastle, and I know that's wrong. But if I attempt, it's like if I start calling Paris Paris, I look like a tit.
No, but you can't say Newcastle. It's dreadful.
Well, I mean, you must come up against this because you don't sound like you're from Newcastle because you sound all plummy like.
But then it comes out what I wanted to come out like, doesn't it? Like.
Wow, I mean, it really does. And for the benefit of anyone from overseas, I don't know what happened there either. Incredible scenes. Are you optimistic about anything in the lockdown? How are you coping living with your mum? You know, yeah.
Oh, no, there's not much optimism to be had, is there? But am I optimistic about anything? No, my I got it. Well, there's one thing that's to be optimistic about is that my cousin, she's got a little child, and the little child is about 2 or 3, and she sent me a video of the little child today, and she said to the little girl, her daughter, she said to the little girl, would you like a cat as a pet? Would you like yes, I'd like a cat. And what would you like to call the cat? I'd like to call the cat Pedo.
Okay. That's the sort of innocent mistake that can get you in a lot of trouble.
Pedo. But I was just going to say, no, I wasn't going to say that. What was I going to say? Do you know, here's another thing. You know, there's a lot of talk of body positivity.
Yes, I've heard some of that talk. I think
Is
it's good.
is anybody feeling body positive in the room tonight?
Who's body positive? I tell you who's body positive over here is Cameron. I find Cameron very body positive.
Cameron is incredibly body positive.
Yeah, exactly. I feel very positive about Cameron's body because he looks
Could have
similar
been
to me.
negative with that hair.
But Cameron, do us a favour, love. Just pop in the cupboard for us again. Just get up. That's very. Yeah. No. There's no need to R. I'm not punishing him. He's demonstrating his phenomenal the abilities of his incredible cupboard. He's got some pretty impressive cupboard business. Oh, sorry. No, hang on. What's in the cupboard?
Technical.
My God, that's very impressive. Well done, well done. You can come out the cupboard now. That's very good, Cameron. Good work.
Barnard cupboard.
Very impressive.
A coat has fallen down and it's causing all kinds of problems.
Hey, does anyone else think on Cameron's floor they can see a lot of bloodstains? There we go, just bloodstains on the floor behind. So sorry to interrupt. I have this issue, Holly.
Yeah.
With my dear boy. He loves Play-Doh. You see, he loves Play-Doh. Huge fan of Play-Doh, and we keep it.
I love the smell.
I love the smell, love the taste, and we keep it in the drawer underneath the IKEA daybed in his bedroom, which during the day is the playroom. And we'll be round Big Tesco or Little Tesco, and he'll suddenly pipe up, "Daddy, I want to go home and play with the pedo," and then we have to leave the shop very quickly. we only realised comparatively recently that in our household the pedo lives under the bed. So genuinely shocking. Holly, thank you so much for joining us. Can you direct us to what are you on Twitter? Where can we find you and support you and throw money at you?
Comedy on everything.
Hollyburn Comedy on everything. And may I say, what a spectacular website you have. I had a little look at it earlier on, and it's all proper. It's all like done all nice design and everything.
I did it myself, mate.
Yes. Well, that is a victory for improvised charm. I'm so pleased to hear it. Holly, mate, great to see you. Thanks for coming to talk to us.
Thank you for having me.
Do feel free to stick around or bugger off as you see fit. Mwah. Bye, Holly. Thank you very much. Hollyburn. Thank you. So here we go. We have 2 sensational things to quickly do before we get to the wonderful Ed Gamble. Holy shit, the teleportation thing has gone mad. What was the cut-off? Rob Grace on 100 quid. What? Quid. Thank you, Data Mamad. He's got to go. 100 quid. Cowinia on 105. Holy balls! Can producer Callum? Can you just confirm? I mean, we should let them both in, right? You can't not let someone in on 100 quid, but equally that's a terrifying precedent to set. Cowinia is clearly the winner. Cowinia is in the waiting room. It's Arky. Cowinia is AKA Arky. Will you email Rob, producer Callum? Shall we let's let Rob in as well? For fuck's sake, 100 quid. That's insane. Everyone go apeshit as I welcome Arky. Arky's going to join us. It might just take a second for Arky to join us. Let's just do this. I'm going to stop the video of the stream. Were you just doing a little dance there to welcome Arky? Incidentally, as we wait for Arky's thing to turn back on, Dave, you accidentally left and have been waiting in the stream.
Yeah, my internet connection was rubbish, so I rebooted the router, and here I am.
He rebooted the router, you motherfucker. Can we all? I wish we could all reboot the router.
Is he a dev?
I think you're a dev. Are you Dave? Dave, are you a dev?
Are you a dev?
I'm that Dave, yeah.
Is that Dave? Dave is literally a dev. He's actually a dev. He may be the only dev on the actual show. Here is Arky. Arky, can we welcome Arky with a huge round of applause? Arky, absolutely tremendous work, Arky. Thank you so much. I believe are you muted? Are you unmuted? Remind us.
I am unmuted.
Remind us where you are. Are you in Seattle?
I'm in Seattle on the west coast of the United States.
And thank you so much. Do you have any idea of the value of British currency? You've just dropped a ton on us, Archie. It's absolutely sensational. Have you were in the Twitch stream earlier at 11? You were when 11 a.m. Well, 11 a.m. British summertime, standard summertime, never know which one. And you were helping us script the show. So thank you for your assistance there. We learned that you are. Is it the needle in Seattle? The famous bit is visible from your gaff.
Yep.
Is it visible now?
It's not visible now. I have to go out and sort of like go into the courtyard, but it's about 300 meters away.
Oh my sweet lord, that is some downtown action. Thank you so much. And shut up! I just improvised the sense downtown action, and now you're all laughing as if I've said something rude. My point is, if you're 300 meters from the needle, then you're an absolute winner. Well, can we be upstairs? Let's stand up and welcome Archie with a round of applause. Can you please be standing for Archie? Thank you so much. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Now, stay with us because we are going to. Shall we admit? No? I tell you who is in the waiting room. Cool Stephen's in the waiting room. Cool Stephen didn't donate it up. Lucky Alabama.
Rob is in.
I can't believe I just flipped off Cool Stephen. I love Cool Stephen. Rob Grace, this is Rob. Thanks for joining us, Rob. Mate, thanks so much. Between the two of you, that's an absolute world record. Well, it's not it's an extremely local record, but a record nonetheless. Was it? What the hell? Are you a dev? Where have you got access to these tons?
I've just been drinking beer all day, really, and I got a question for Ed Gamble, so that's it, really. You know.
Bang! That's our market. David, take a note. Get them drinking early, and then that we don't mean that. Terms of service. Allow them to drink responsibly, as is their manner. And you've got a crush. Did you say you've got a crush on Ed Gamble?
That as well, but I just got a question I wanted to ask him.
A question you wanted to ask him? I suppose, in retrospect, that does make more sense.
Yeah. Are we trying to get drunk, horny guests? Is that what we're going for?
Drunk, horny guests? I don't even know. Ever since that thing with Alasdair's tummy, I'm very twitchy about the terms. I didn't mean that. God's sake. Right, listen, gang. Let's go to the results of the poll, and then we will. Well, let's just find out where Rob is. Rob, you're. I mean, what an incredible donor. What an incredible I mean, I wish I was Danny Dyer because I'd say something like, you absolute donor. Rob, tell us, where in the world are you?
I'm in Cardiff.
In Cardiff? I bloody love Cardiff. Whereabouts in Cardiff? Whereabouts?
In Roath.
In Roath? I used to live near Roath.
Right next to the Gate Arts Centre. You know
yeah, the Gate. I used to live in the Gate. No, I didn't. I used to live in Pennylan. I live in Pennylan.
Very close, yeah.
A short walk from Roath. Are you from there originally?
No, I was born in Suffolk, grew up in Herefordshire, but I've lived in Cardiff.
It's just into counties. Don't you love these guys that are just into counties? Suffolk, do you want to go to a town? Fuck it, another county. Great.
I'm familiar with that area as well.
Yeah,
I used to live up the way in Pontypridd.
You used to live in Pontypridd? Hang on a minute. Let's go. Fucking congrats. You don't hear many Americans pronounce Pontypridd accurately. Hands up if you've ever lived in Wales. No, well, that was a short-lived game. So, which emote for the next show? Flossie, please, got a good load of votes. Matthias as an egg, got a good load of votes. With a shitload of votes, it's the whore train. So, let's just see. Producer Cam, shall we try? Well, no, let's go to Cameron. Cameron, would you be happy to do us a little emote of Thomas the Tank Engine with David Hoare's face?
Yeah, if David can provide me with a nice picture of his face.
Oh, you might be.
Do you need to draw me like one of your trains?
Okay. Let me.
I'm sorry. We'll go back to David for that. Say it again, David.
Do you need to draw me like one of your French trains?
I mean, listen,
Thomas.
A lot of people watching this. I get a lot of emails saying, "Why the fuck is David on the show?" And it's because every 5 episodes he comes out with one. Listen. We've got so much on. Ed Gamble's going to be here any second. And in fact, let's just do this little thing first. It's a special day for a number of reasons. And one of those reasons is that it's producer Callum's birthday. Producer Callum, are you prepared to start your video so we can actually see you? You can feel free to remain a shadowy mystery if you prefer. What you've done there is you've put my face on for your video. What I meant was producer Callum. There's producer Callum. 25 years of him. Oh. I've got two lovely little treats for you. Two lovely little treats. Here we go. The first little treat is a Facebook message that I received earlier from your mum. From your mum, David. From Callum. Sorry, this is from Callum's mum. She says, "Hi, please can you wish producer Callum a happy 25th birthday on tonight's show? Many thanks and have a great bank holiday. Callum's mum." She popped a little kiss at the end. I was going to reply anyway. I said, "Lovely to hear from you. I certainly will." He let it slip. It was his birthday a few weeks ago and I'd made a note. All right. "Thanks for getting in touch. Hope you're enjoying the show. If I tell you, you must be very proud of him. That really sets me out as Team Kim, doesn't it?" And then what I was trying to say was, like, I wanted to say, because I'm good with mums, so I wanted to say, "You must be very proud of him." And then I wanted to phrase something along the lines of, "If I tell you, you must be proud of him, that probably sheds light on the fact that I'm closer in age to you than him." But you don't like to bring up a lady's age, so I didn't. I just said, "I'm Team Kim." I said, "He's doing such a great job." She replied and said, "Thank you for that. It made me well up. He makes me super proud daily." Another kiss. And I replied with just a kiss. So there it is, Callum. You and your mum are going out, and it's all thanks to you. Also, this is the other little thing that, in honour of producer Callum, I've got you a little birthday cake. Callum, would you care to? I'll put my face out of shot. Would you care to blow out the candle, Callum? Incredible! My God. Is there nothing Twitch can't do? Now, obviously, I'd love to share this with you, but that's not possible. So, really good. Really good. Big round of applause for Callum. Now, this was a mistake. David, do a song.
I wrote Callum a birthday song.
Oh, shit, you did, and I forgot. Well, it's a good job this happened. I'll finish my cake. You did a song.
Come back, Callum. There he is. "You're getting older, dear Callum. You've got hair in new places, dear Callum. But if life gets you down, just remember you're half the age of Stu. You're half the age of Stu."
I see what's happened here. You're fucking 50, mate. I've got to say that. Otherwise, my agent will ring me. She watches this. My point being, I see what's happened here. This is a classic David Hoare move. He's used an opportunity to apparently do a nice thing, actually use that to slam me, his nominative boss, nominative only, and he's also revealed that he can't write more than 2 lines of a song. Have it you, David Hoare. Producer Callum, thank you very much.
Happy birthday, Callum.
For joining us. Goodbye, producer Callum. Thank you. What a wonderful thing. It's a sneak move. It's classic Dave. David Shutter in the stream chat says it's a Stutiny. Shy9 says it's a sick burn in an Ed Gamble voice, but it's not the only sick burn. Listen, we're going to do a very quick game, then we're going to get Ed on. In fact, bollocks, let's get Ed on and then play the game when he's here, because I feel like I've been neglecting the people in the room whilst eating cake. It's not a good feeling. So let's get Ed on. Ed, could you turn your video on? Let's welcome you to the show. With a huge round of applause, give it up for Ed Gamble.
Hello, everybody.
Now, Ed,
Stu, before you say anything, that's the first time I've ever seen you eat anything sweet. Whole life. Yeah, honestly, now I can only imagine that straight after this finishes, you have to go and do an hour of Brazilian jiu-jitsu to burn it off.
No, I've got to go and do never mind. I was going to say something about a mutual friend of ours. Anyway, can I compliment you on a moustache that I wish I could grow? My God, man.
It's perfect in this light. Honestly, it's so soft and light that when the sun hits it, it completely disappears. It's like a jellyfish. It just completely goes in sunlight. But now, yeah, I will admit in this light, I'm proud of it.
Yes, mate. I naturally grow a pencil moustache. I'm like a day after a shave, you can see it just naturally grows like I'm trying to sell you some nylons. You grow a sort of sportsman's moustache, like a sort of 70s sport guy.
Yeah, it's sort of sportsman / background racist in a film.
Yes, background.
Not a main racist, just the guy who sits on the bed of the truck going, I agree with what he said.
Yeah. Oh. Well, we've got a surprise for you. We've organised a little game called Background Racism. Ed, we're gonna welcome you to the show properly and do a proper thing. But before we do that, I'm keen to do a little bit of a game with the people on the sofa. You can join in as well. What you need, everybody on the sofa, you need 3 shoes, not 3 pairs. You need 3 shoes, 4 if you're feeling confident. Get 3 shoes. Get back here. You've got 20 seconds. Whoever gets back here last gets kicked and put somewhere else. Or clearly, in the case of Nikki, cannot be bothered to go and get some shoes. That is also
I'm with
acceptable.
Nikki on that.
Yeah,
I'm going to watch everyone else go and get their shoes,
Totally
and I'm
fair.
going to
There's some
enjoy
shoes. There's some shoes arriving. Some people have prepped shoes. Anyone in the script meeting at 11 a.m. on the day of a show, 11 a.m. Mondays and Thursdays, when the show is at 9 p.m. BST, will know that the shoe thing was coming up. Ed, did you just take a cheeky swig of some lager?
I did. It's actually it's a black IPA, which I've never had before. It's also the sort of most fetish-based beer I've ever drunk in my life.
Ooh, that
Night
looks like a
shift.
sexy plague doctor.
Yeah, I think it's a hawk with a gimp mask on. It's Scottish. It's from Aberdeen.
A gawk. Nice. Okay, so listen, what we're going to do, I'm going to ask everyone on the sofa, Callum, let's go long so we can see everyone doing this. This is a challenge. We're going to do it in real time. You can play along at home. We're all at home. But if you're in the stream chat, you can just describe your progress and not bother doing it. I think that's fair. And as we're, I'll tell you something else. I absolutely love what Abby's done there. She's really committed. We were going to do something different, but I think let's open with a quick round of balance your shoe on your head. Anyone fancy balancing a shoe on their head? Has anyone managed to pull that off? There we go. Absolutely sterling work there from Nikki. Can't be fucked. And let's see. Cameron, that's an impressive shoe. And I mean, fortunately, with that hair, you're able to actually support it. I should say, David, that's a kind of, that's sort of the shoes I imagine you wearing. If you've just joined in, if you've just tuned in, there's more to the shoe than this. Look at this show. I meant the show. Look at this. Have you swapped shoes?
No, they're both mine.
They're both yours. I've got to say, Roz looks like she's been photoshopped into a picture of a shoe. Extraordinary. Okay, so here's the actual challenge. Look, I don't know what Abby is playing at here, but Abby appears to be recording this on a device or texting a friend, probably.
No, I was just saying, like, I started a trend of people putting their shoes on their head, and I'm proud of it.
Were you saying that in the Twitch chat or just to a friend?
No, just to my friends.
I love
Like,
it. This is like the movie She. Has anyone seen the movie She? It's a Joaquin Phoenix movie. I can't reveal how it's like that movie because it's a spoiler, but if you've seen it, okay. So what we could take your shoes off your heads, you pack of idiots. I can't believe you even did that. Look, what we're going to do here is something very sensible and serious. We're going to attempt to build on the table in front of you, visible to your webcam. Adjust your webcam if need be. You need to balance 2 shoes in a triangle and balance a 3rd shoe on top of them. I will assume you can all do that. If you can't do that, you're already out. If you manage to do that, then leave it with 2 and 1 on top of them, and we'll see how far we get. So, lady insert name here in the chat says shoe goes on head, right? Jos Viz says ahem, balanced shoe. Oh, you've got like a New Balance shoe. Very nice. Balanced shoe on head is the game Stuff on My Dad When He's Asleep. Oh, is that a game? You put stuff on your dad when he's asleep. Let's see if anyone's managed to pull it off, because I think it's harder than it seems. Leslie's going great guns there. Great work. Leslie's achieved it. Who else? Has anyone else managed it? It's harder than it looks.
I don't know what this show is, but I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'll tell
Welcome,
you what it is.
Ed.
I'll tell you what it is, Ed, my old mate. I've sort of realised they'll just do anything, so I thought I'll just make them do that.
He wanted to make sure you were in the room to see this, Ed.
Oh, hello. Now, look, Abby's done pretty well, but I feel like that's cheating to actually wedge it on there. Matthias, absolute German efficiency. 3 shoes, completely ignored the instructions. Just a line of shoes. Ian, like an absolute madman. Where's Ian gone? Ian's attempting to do it on the soft surface of his bed. Look at that. Oh, he's really putting his heart and soul into that.
Yeah.
He's done it. He's done it. Very good. Matthias again. He's gone for a square. Classic Matthias.
Just completely ignoring it again.
Has anyone? Hello, Nikki's got involved. Not to be outdone by these Sassenachs. Love your work, Nikki. Can you bung another one on that? You reckon you get a 4th shoe on there?
Oh. Oh no.
No, Nikki. Weirdly, Nikki's used up all of her shoes. I don't know about the odds of that. Here we go. A fourth shoe. Let's see if anyone can get a fourth shoe. It has to be
right here.
The top shoe only has to be touching the shoe underneath it. Arky's done well there, but I'm afraid that's touching 2 shoes. Here we go. Nikki is. You're holding that. You're lying bastard.
Like that.
Yeah.
Does anyone manage to? Hang on, look at this. Matthias has got with the program. He's not. Ooh. It's a 4. It's Matthias has done it. I think Matthias is actually the winner. Matthias is the winner, and more importantly, the game really must end. It's Matthias. Give it up for Matthias, ladies and gentlefolk. Incredible scenes there. Gamble, I would suggest Gamble. Apologies, Gamble's what we call you in our household. Gamble. That's what my 4-year-old son calls you. Gamble. Even by our standards, that was pretty nuts. Have you ever balanced a shoe in a triangle?
I don't believe I've ever balanced a shoe in a triangle. I'm pretty boring when it comes to shoes. I'm pretty straight down the line. I'll pop them on my feet and then pop them off again at the end of the day.
Are you wearing shoes right now? This is the most fucking Parkish thing.
You know what? I'm not wearing shoes right now.
Whoa!
Because call me a traditionalist. I don't wear shoes in my own house.
Oh. Really? Hands up. Let's just check this out.
I know it's a weird. I bet some people do.
Terms of service, mate. Terms of service.
Come on, we don't want to see the nipples on your feet.
We're gonna try. We've overrun by 35 minutes already, and we've barely started the show. The show actually starts in another 10 minutes. This is just a really long warm-up bit. Ed, are you happy to field some questions? We've got some people who've paid an astonishing premium to teleport in. Arky, have you got a question for Ed? I know Rob does.
I do have a question. With your current facial hair, have you considered taking up a career as a pro golfer?
A pro golfer?
Oh, nice.
There are many issues with that, Arky, in that I can't play golf. If I attempt to play golf, I become incoherently angry. I can't even play. I recently went to play crazy golf, but one of those ones where this new type of crazy golf where you hit the ball and it's got a computer in the ball, so you can't even cheat because every time you hit it, it comes up like bowling on a screen. It's fucking awful.
That's a thing.
Yeah, that's the thing now. It's like electronic mini golf where every time you tap the ball, it comes up as a stroke, so you can't even fucking cheat. It's maddening.
But what, the ball itself doesn't move anywhere?
Why would the ball not move anywhere? Well, how have you got that from that?
Because I thought you were saying the ball has somehow got a thing where it registers where you whacked it, and then what? I thought you meant you saw it on a screen. You just hit a ball.
Oh no, your score comes up on the screen, so it's like normal crazy golf inside crazy golf, but if you hit the ball, it registers as a stroke rather than having to write it down on a little sheet.
Gotcha.
I mean, that would drive me even madder if I went to crazy golf and you hit the ball and it didn't go anywhere.
I know, but what I'm saying, look, I wasn't really listening, and
that wouldn't be crazy golf. That would be fucking mental golf.
Here's a ball, just twat fuck into that for half an hour with a VR headset on.
I'd be better at that, to be fair.
Yes, nice. Okay, thank you, Arky. Great question. Let's go to Rob. You've paid £100 to ask this question. Sorry, just this just in on the Twitch chat. Apologies, Rob. We'll come back to you in just a second. You can pep yourself. Kimbo from Dover has sent me a private message. This is Callum's mum. It's a date. Wow, it's all working out. That is how did she get my anyway? Let's go. I'm so sorry. Let's go back to Rob. It just I seemed like let's not miss that moment. Here's Rob. Rob is in Roath in Cardiff, and he's got a question for you, Ed Gamble.
Yeah, I am.
This is 100 quid, Rob. £100. No pressure on this question. If you ask it seriously, mate, if this question's bad, you have wasted £100. If it's a yes or no answer, imagine how disappointing it's going to be.
I would suggest, Ed, that regardless of whether or not it's a good question, he has wasted £100. So let's go to Rob.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth there. But my question is, do you know my brother's girlfriend?
I like it.
Great question. Do I know your brother's girlfriend? Might need some more information.
Her name's Ali.
No, hang on. No. You can't give any more information without paying another £100, Rob. Sadly, you've had your question. Go on, give me some more.
See you next week. Bye.
Give me some more info.
Listen, Rob, I mean, you don't know how badly I want to kick you out. I mean, see you next week. Bye. And we all wave goodbye to Rob. No. We wouldn't dream of doing that. Let's get some more information, Rob.
Her name's Ali Fowle. She went to Durham University.
Yes. Yeah. I do know Ali. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
I've not seen her in years. I don't think I've seen her since we graduated. But yeah, Ali's great.
Great. Thanks very much. That's all.
100 quid, mate. Quid. Oh, you could have checked. You could have checked her fucking Facebook friends.
Oh well. What I mean, has anyone got a slightly better question for a game? In fact, no. Here's a game, and I've got to say, Matthias has clearly got one in the chamber. So let's go to Matthias, and then I've got one. We'll turn into an interactive thing. Matthias, are you familiar? Is Ed Gamble famous in Germany? Has he made it as far as your sphere of influence?
Very famous. Thank you, Matthias, for the answer. Thank you. Yeah.
What's your question, Matthias?
What will finally break the internet?
What will finally break the internet?
Well, I think we all know it's going to be trying to stack 3 shoes on top of each other. I think that's the next big thing.
It seemed like a good idea. I had a lot on. It was a placeholder. I was like, this will be good. I didn't think it through. Obviously, it was dog shit. But
it's the perfect Stu Goldsmith thing to do, because it's exact sort of thing where I'd turn up at your house and you'd be like, right, come in. I've got this brilliant thing we're going to do. We're going to stack 3 shoes on top of each other. The first time I met Stu, I think one of the first times I met Stu, we did a gig together in Milton Keynes, and he ran into the room where we were doing the gig, like so excited, and then went, "You're not going to believe this. I've watched a video online, and I found the perfect way to fold a jacket." And he got this jacket out that he folded, and he was like, "Look, and you just do this, you do this. It's amazing, isn't it?" And I was just stood there in a hoodie going, "Yeah, great, mate."
Guys, would you like to see the perfect way to fold a jacket, specifically for travelling? Specifically for travelling, because Ed Gamble, you're in my house now, and these are my fucking nerds. And they don't want to see me. Twitch chat. We've not chatted to you for a while. Just sound off in the Twitch chat if you want to see me. Oh, you already have. Fantastic. Classic Stu. Nips on Twitch. I'm not taking my shirt off. I've got shoe prints in my laptop now, says Heather. I love it when people are actually on the sofa use the stream chat to heckle. Here we go. This is how you fold a jacket for travelling purposes. Okay. Right. Thanks, Ed, for accidentally teeing up one of the greatest moments of my evening. Here we go. Inside out, one side of it inside out, so it curves onto itself. Curves onto itself like that. Shake it out, shake it out. There we go. Pop it in your suitcase. It doesn't get trashed. That's how you fold a jacket, pricks.
Yeah. Someone better clip this.
David, while I wrestle with this, could you spotlight Ed so we can see the chagrin on his face?
I can, yeah. Give us your chagrin, mate. Great chagrin.
That's what's going to break the internet, Matthias.
Oh, imagine if I could balance 3 jackets. That's lovely, Ed. That's lovely. It's lovely to hear a fond memory. For my part, I remember meeting you when you were your proto self. You were proto Ed Gamble back in the days when you were not as lean as you are now. And I remember turning up at the Machynlleth Comedy Festival many years ago. You were hosting the Friday night show and the showcase show. I'd not seen you for months, like months and months. You know the way comedy works, you're sort of in each other's orbit and then not. And I arrived and I was at the back of the room and it was very late. And I'd been travelling all day, and I got there, and from the back of the room, your voice went, "Please welcome Ed Gamble." And then this thin, I assumed a guy from the audience walked on, and I was like, "What? Have they set up a bit?" And then you started speaking, and it was you. And ever since then, I have called the concept of not necessarily rapid weight loss, but effective weight loss. That is when you gamble and win. That's the concept.
I actually didn't lose any weight. I just found a different way of folding my t-shirt.
Good lad. Good lad. So listen, we're gonna ask you for an emergency impression. I'm going to tell you now what we'd like from you is to get in touch with a friend over the next few minutes. We'll say about 3 minutes, and we would like them to send you a video of them doing an impression of you that you can hold up to your webcam so we can all enjoy it. And the more famous, the better. The head of our leaderboard now, well, it was previously, it was Nish Kumar with you, and then Romesh Ranganathan with Jamie Redknapp, although that was basically a phone call that he didn't answer. So it's basically you. You're battling against yourself.
Okay, well then, I mean, it would seem a shame to not just bounce it straight back to Nish again, wouldn't it?
So a bit of that. Great.
Right.
So while you're on that, we're going to do a thing that I've prepared. Oh no, I tell you what we're going to do with sick burns. Ed, you have a feature on the show that you do with Crosby.
Yes.
On your basic radio, where you ask for people's sick burns. Could you explain the feature?
Yeah, I mean, it's a very difficult feature to explain, really, because it sounds mad, but it does work, I promise.
Hang on. It doesn't involve shoe balancing, does it? Because that sounds...
No, there's no... but, tune in next Sunday. That might be the new thing we're doing. We ask listeners...
I'm convinced it'll work on radio.
It's successful 100% of the time. We ask listeners to send in times they've accidentally, minorly burned themselves. Then we read out the stories and then play roast battle sound effects after them and then shout sick burn.
Oh, lovely.
There's been some absolutely amazing and slightly horrific stories. But
Can you give us your favourite? And then we might ask for some from the stream.
Someone as a child ran into their mum holding a full tureen full of carrot soup, and the mum spilled carrot soup all over the kid. I mean, it sounds horrible, but we cried laughing, so it can't have been that bad.
Oh, jeez.
A lot of accidental sort of penile burning, that sort of thing. It's running an iron, accidentally ironing your own dick. That was one that came up.
Is that ever accidental? Because every time never mind. So let's. So have you fired off a message to Nish there?
Yeah.
While we're doing that,
I'm waiting for
let's
that.
have a couple of sick burns. Can we, if you're in the stream chat, tell us about your horrible injuries, and we'll ask Ed to do one of the roast battle noises that they do. And in the meantime, let's just look at the people on the sofa. Hands up if anyone on the sofa, if you have a sick burn. Let's go to Bean. And I'm just going to warn you, Ed. Bean is a crazed super fan. Not necessarily of you, but a generally crazed super fan. And
sounds busy. Bean, how are you a general super fan? That sounds like that's quite the schedule.
I mean, if you were sort of me as this, I would say I've got a casual interest.
Do you have any tattoos, Bean?
I may have among my tattoos one based on a James Acaster joke, but that's nothing to do with this.
I need to hear about this, though, obviously.
Well, on my ankle, I have a tattoo of a bag of ready-to-eat apricots. So.
Holy fucking shit!
Bean, I've got a massive tattoo based on lyrics from a song by my favourite band. So
exactly.
That's fine. It's not being a super fan. Do you want to see it?
Is that band the Capri Sun Quartet?
Whoa! Terms of service. Where is the tattoo?
On my leg. It's on my leg.
Okay, fine.
It's a hellhound breathing fire with an eye crying blood. I don't know if we can.
Nice.
A lot going on there.
What?
Whoa!
And is this?
That's awesome.
Is this from Acaster's routine about the hellhound? You fold in a box in a particular way.
We've all seen that whimsical hellhound routine.
Bean, tell us your sick burn.
Well, first off, I can show you my tattoo if you want.
Yes, we do need to see that.
If you can see it on, oh my God, this is the worst angle. There it is.
Oh my God.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
That really is such a bad angle. Sorry, go on.
I know, I'm so sorry. But anyway, I recently actually was doing my ironing. I left my iron resting on the ironing board for too long on the metal bit. I then, after I put everything away, went to move the board by grabbing the metal bit, burnt my hand ridiculously. And the first thing I thought was not, oh my God, I burnt my hand. It was dick burns.
That's what we're aiming for now. We just want people every time they burn themselves to think of our radio show. So don't go to the emergency room. Just dial in Radio X to your wireless.
So let's have, please, hands up if you're on the sofa and you have another sick burn. In the meantime, I've got to point out we've just received our 99th Twitch subscription from the Holy Goat 420. Thank you, the Holy Goat 420. I assume you, the 420, I think that's a reference
it's
to...
drugs.
No, it's not. It's not. It's a reference to Christianity. Is that allowed? I don't know.
It's his favourite Bible verse.
It's a Bible verse, of course it is. Our 99th Twitch subscription. If you would like to be the 100th, then I think that's just 6 of you have just done that, so that's good. In the meantime, thank you to PS Twitch, Kawinia, Rob Grace, of course, who are on the show, Schmoopy Cat, John Keogh, It's Been Fun, Ali 3G House, Rivet Head, Damo, Ross Rodge, Mute Annie, Sam Allen UK, Fuzzydelic, Eamon Goodfellow, and Sarah K320 for all your donations. Thank you for supporting the show. All of you people are now in the pool of people, as is anyone else who donates between now and 9 p.m. on Thursday, when we will be welcoming to the show Damien, the one that's the comedian, not the actor, Clark, isn't it? Damien Clark, Athena Kugblenu, Tom Binns, and we're going to be asking Josh Widdicombe to balance 4 shit. We're not, absolutely. If you donate between now and 9 p.m, like those people who've donated since the start of this show, you are in the running to be in the show. So let's go to Lou for another sick burn.
I'm ridiculously bad at constantly burning myself with hot oil, like on a once-a-week basis at this point, that I think I just need to stop cooking with oil. But at the same time, I'm not going to do that because I don't learn from my mistakes. But basically, just every single time I cook, I turn the oil up really hot, and then I usually end up scrolling through Twitter on my phone, and it starts popping, and then I just get the little pops of oil all over my legs. Or
I
all
love the
over
way when you said when it starts popping, what you mean is it's boiling. You're boiling
Yeah.
the oil because you're on Twitter.
Also, when you say it's all over your legs, how low is your hob?
I don't know. It's kind of low, but mostly it's just that I'm constantly wearing clothes that I probably shouldn't be cooking in, like crop tops and really short shorts.
You got to say it after.
You got to say it, sick burn. Let's go to Heather. This is Heather, our sweet milk friend.
I was once cooking a pizza. I took it out of the oven and put it on the side, and I reached it in the cupboard to get a plate, and I burnt my stomach.
Ooh.
I'm going to come across as a real old man now, but none of you people are cooking in appropriate garb.
No, I just have the sort of body shape where when I reach up, my t-shirts go up.
I think I'm not sure that's a body shape thing, because you could just buy a longer t-shirt, couldn't you, Heather?
That is you are, I don't know what it is, Ed. I think the radio show has made you more sensible.
We all grew up on the naked.
You know what I'm like, Stu? I've just got the body shape where I go out in public and my dick falls out. It's nothing I can help.
Speaking of which, let's all not think of that while we look at this image. Let's just listen. We've had a couple of people in the stream chat. Oh, hang on, Callum's broken the stream. What's going on? Where's the audio? Where's the audio? Paging a dev, says GSV. I don't know, but I think we're back. Are we back? Can you let us know? I think I think we came back on you saying, and my dick falls out.
Sorry.
That's what happened. People have cheered some bits at us. I've got to learn what that means, but I think there's something like it's kind of like pence or something. Is it like throwing stuff in your face? I don't know. I liked it.
I've got a video, by the way, Stu, whenever you want to throw to me.
Say again, mate. Sorry.
Nish has got back to me with an impression whenever you're ready to hear
Lovely.
that.
We will be right with you. We'll be right with you. Insert name here says, not a burn, but I once sprained my toe whilst running up and down the stairs in excitement. Angie Riss Evans says, at work once eating a toasty, molten cheese fell out and down my cleavage. Molten cheese down the cleavage.
Again, not wearing appropriate gear for eating.
I mean, it really is the format that keeps on giving. And David, could you just make a quick note? Could you just write down, it's really good and easy when we just steal the format of whatever guest we've got on the show. Make them do it.
Can we get Alex Horn on?
Because they're known for it. So that's worth doing.
Can we get Alex Horn on, Stu?
Yeah, let's get Alex Horn on. I've got some ideas suddenly.
Yeah.
Here we go. Cara Compass says, on my last night at Glastonbury, I took a lit, redacted, and proudly went, couldn't have done the festival without this, and then dropped it onto my crotch. That's nice. Schizophonica says, I chopped the tip off my index finger. Oh, the tip of. That is a big difference, isn't it? Off or off. The tip of my index finger with a 220-degree lump of metal that cauterized the wound. Bonus.
We need more information on that.
Schizophonica, can you give us some more information? Friendly Honey Badger points out that Ed cooks in a hazmat suit. Ed, is that what you're wearing at the moment, that bright orange Putin hazmat number?
Yeah.
Like it. Can we see your emergency impression? Ed? Because we got to wrap
Yes.
this up in about 5 minutes.
Absolutely, it's from Nish. I'm fairly sure. I think he mentioned he did something similar on this show a few weeks ago. So I'm going to hold it up. I mean, he has sent me videos before. He has no idea of framing or distance or space. Right?
It really looks like a sort of the thing. Yeah. Okay, go for it.
Okay.
I wish I had waited until the hoovering finished. Goodbye.
In case you didn't catch that, it was, hello, my name's Ed Gamble. My blood is broken. I have to inject me some insulin. I wish I'd waited until the hoovering was finished. Bye. That was the full impression.
Was the hoovering, was that a reference because there was some hoovering going on as he was
Yes.
recording that?
I'd imagine his partner was hoovering at the time, because when you live with Nish, you need to constantly be spring cleaning around him.
Yes.
He's like the fourth bridge. You just you need to polish up around him all of the time. He's a dirty, dusty man.
Mate, listen, you are part of two of the great audio double acts of all time, yourself and Matthew Crosby, yourself and James Acaster. I was wondering, and of course yourself and Ray Peacock back in the olden days. That was another audio double act.
Yeah.
Which of, let's stick with Crosby and Acaster now. Which of them is sort of the worst? Which of them is the worst?
Worst at what? Because they're both pretty bad at some stuff.
Break it down for us. What are the kind of opposite of superhero traits of both Acaster and Crosby vis-a-vis their double act status?
James is getting places on time and pre-prep, and Crosby is knowing anything that happened after 1996. Those are luckily I'm a pretty modern hip guy, and I love pre-prep. So I cover off the shortfall with both of them. That's why we're good double acts.
And why? And when you were in Peacock and Gamble, what was the dynamic there in terms of your role within that? Were you a kind of pre-prep late history guy?
No, he was pretty good at pre-prep. I was probably more of the late history guy. I was just sort of pep and general fun. That's my new character name.
Can you give us a couple of lines that General Fun would say in any given sketch?
Reporting for Judy. That's one of them.
I like it. You've just reminded me, you were on the pilot. The I'm not going to say ill-fated. It was brilliant, but it never happened. Never went to a show of my show. Everyone's a Comedian.
Yes.
And I remember being so impressed. You did one of the coolest things that I think I've ever seen in the rehearsal for that show. When we had to, we were asking you, okay, then you get up, you say something. It was like, right, let's block through it. Rather than get up and kind of burn one of your jokes by saying it out loud, you were very classy. You walked up to the mic and went, okay, now it's you, Ed. And you walked up and leant into the mic and went, cool humour. It's like...
The problem with that is you've then promised that you're going to do some cool humour on the night, which I couldn't back up.
Listen, gang, we've got to wrap up. Is there anything else I need to say? Oh, listen, Sir Blackhand, Cowinia, Fatboy Swabs, and Ken Shiromi 83, and GSV, and Leaky. Hello, Leaky, who I chatted earlier. We've got to thank you for the gifted subs, bits, and donations. I know what a donation is. I'm fairly sure I could take a stab at bits. Redact that. But gifted subscriptions. If you're watching this and you're enjoying the show, just follow us. Follow the show. You can subscribe if you want. That means you give us a bit of money. If you've got an Amazon Prime account, you can link it with Twitch. It's very, very easy. And you can simply do that. And also just follow us, because we're on the front page. We've got thousands of people watching. And if you would like to stick with us and see more of this kind of whatever the fuck this is, it's every Monday and Thursday at 9 p.m. You can help me script the show at 11 a.m. on both those days. Tomorrow night at 8, is it Monday? Yes, tomorrow night at 8, Tuesday nights at 8 on this channel. We have Chops Comedy, which is our online comedy night. And it's sort of me hosting. It's similar to this, but we fucking get on with it and there's actual material. You can imagine that. So come and be a part of that. But just follow the channel, chuck us a follow, and I've started sounding beggy now. Ed, are you doing anything crazy online in the Great Pivot? Have you needed to change anything, or are you riding high on a wave of
Not really, because
stuff?
we can do the Radio X show. I do that from here. So that's every Sunday, 8 till 11 on Radio X in the morning. and then the podcast comes out after that, and then we're still releasing off menu, but we had loads pre-recorded because we went to America in January and just recorded loads, so we've got loads in the bank for that. We're occasionally doing live ones. We might do another live streamed off menu, but kind of apart from that, not really doing much online apart from occasional fun things like this.
Occasional fun things like this. You heard it there first. Fun. Which is only slightly better than Laura Lex when I asked her to tweet that she was going to be on the show, and she tweeted something like, "I'm going to be doing this thing. I think it'll be a thing." It's like, great. Very sweet. Ed, I had such a good wrap-up question. It's gone. I'm fucking tired. God, I've been up since so long. The children. How do you get children to sleep without waking up overnight, Ed? Any ideas?
Absolutely no idea, which is why I've taken the decision to not have them.
Sensible decision. And your wedding, mate, when was your wedding supposed to be?
It was supposed to be April 25th, and obviously did not happen. So now it's going to happen next year.
And have you done like a registry office thing? Are you married? Are you already mazzered?
No. We wanted to get mazzered on the Dazza, so we're going to wait. We're going to wait for a new Dazza.
And you've really got to. It's worth pushing the Dazza Bazza if you want to get mazzered on the Dazza.
Yeah. Well, we've rescazzed, so it'll be. I'll let you know.
What a couple of kazzers. So listen, gang, it's a record length show. We're one over. I stole Abby's question. I don't remember what that is. What was Abby's question? I think that was from early. Oh, Abby, where's Abby? Abby's in the room. Where's Abby? Abby, we've just cut to Abby. She's just this second removed a shoe from her head. She sat there quite happily balancing a shoe on her head. Abby, pop the shoe back on and just tell us your question.
Yeah, sorry. I told my boyfriend that you stole my question. I didn't expect him to actually mention it, but it wasn't exact. It was going to be, did you improvise any kind of wedding, like a virtual one or a drive-by one?
Did you do a virtual or drive-by wazza?
No, what we did do, which is quite fun, is we took each other's surnames, because we're not changing our surnames, but we've taken each other's surnames as our middle names. So we had some friends come over and stand at the end of the path and sign a document as witnesses. And now we have each other's surnames as our middle names, and hence have the weirdest names in the UK. My middle name, I already had a weird middle name, which was Stevenson, and now I have my fiance's surname as well. So I sound like a crackpot inventor.
I really thought, Ed, you were going to say that we want to kept our own surnames, so we swapped first names. I'm really hoping for that. I thought that'd be a sign of true love, if you ask me. I remembered my backup question, Ed. To wrap us up, can you, and you may not be able to, but can you spill any upcoming big American guest for Off Menu? Because I know you did that junket and you got loads and loads of guests. Who have you got that you're super excited about coming up?
I mean, we've got so many, because basically we've got 3 episodes left in this series, and then there'll be loads more for series 4 that we've recorded. We've only got one American one left in this series. I'm just going to tell you, if you'll keep it a secret. It's Terry Hatcher.
Terry Hatcher.
Nice. And I literally lost my mind because she's so fucking cool. I think she's great. And also Abby's still got the shoe on her head, so I'm going to try and spin this out for as long as possible, just in case the shoe falls off. The photo that we took for that is the most embarrassing photo of me in existence, because we stood there for the photo. She put her arm around me, so I put my arm around her. Then she decided to take her arm out from around me, and then Benito took the photo. So it's literally James stood there, her stood there, and me with her arm around her, like I've not been asked, and I'm literally so excited to meet her. Like, hey, Terry Hatcher! But she's great. She's amazing. That's the last one in the series, and I'm going to get in trouble for telling you that. But so don't spread it around.
Yeah, great. Well, no one mentioned it. There's 2,500 people watching. Keep stum, all right. Thank you so much. Can you join me, please, in thanking Ed Gamble? Thanks so much for being on the show, Ed. I love you, man. Thank you. It's lovely to see you. Great, man. Thank you. And listen, that's pretty much the show. All I would say is I would ask you, please, to let me know, Callum, who are we raiding? Is Robotron working? Can we go raid someone fun? all I would ask you is that if you've enjoyed the show, please tell your friends about it. We've got, I mean, we're on front page. We've got 2,500 people. Normally it's about 200, but it's building steadily. And I just love doing this. I think, have you, people on the sofa, have you enjoyed yourselves this evening?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. I felt that was needy.
Best
but, you know,
intervention we've ever been to.
Best intervention. Thank you. Thank you, Archie. Let's give Archie and Rob a round of applause. Thank you to Archie and Rob. Thanks so much for your support. We cannot do the show without the support of people. We've just had a note. Everyone else is asleep. There's no one to raid. So what we will do instead is just keep going indefinitely. No. You can go to the green room. If you are on the mailing list or in the room or have ever donated, then you will have the code, the keys to the kingdom. You can join the virtual green room in which David Hall will, God knows what he's up to this time. I'll be in there for a minute or two and then I'm just going to leave you at his mercy. But it's a lovely sort of, imagine this, but if he didn't have me yakking on all the time. In a totally different software where you can walk around. It's great. So feel free to do that. Follow us and you'll get notified. And I promise next time I do a stream, I will change the automated notification thing that goes out. I realised today I've been fucking that up. Tell people about it. Go to infinitesofa.com. Share that with your friends. If you're on Facebook, mention it on Facebook. If you're a fan of comedy and podcast, you can listen to my show, which is the Comedian's Comedian podcast, from whence this has been birthed. And you can just tell people's faces in real life. And what we want to do, listen, we're already over time and there is no concept of time. Let's just discuss this now. There's two things I want to discuss. I feel like it's two things that are the same thing. We'd love to have more people. We love it when there's new people. Everyone give Abby a round of applause. Abby's a new person on the sofa. Of you here. Nikki, fantastic to have Nikki here being sort of sullen and Scottish about everything. It's fantastic. Nikki is my little sister, almost in real life. So it's lovely when we have newbies. And Steph is sort of technically a newbie because her first visit on her own. Way, Steph, way. The point being that what I thought we could do is if we have a thing whereby people who are on the sofa, because not everyone wants to be on it, they might feel exposed, they might feel vulnerable. You guys trust me, I would hope, and so you trust me to have a good time here. If you are able to invite your friends, then you can create them in much the same way as Bean invited Lou. Now, Lou, you are officially House of Bean. Bean created you, and if you create anyone else, if you invite anyone else on, they will still be House of Bean. It's like drag families, vampires, and conquer. So that's how it works. It's a kind of drag, vampire, conquer thing. If you bring people, they get to be your family, your drag family. So that's your drag, vampire, conquer family. So please invite more people on and let them. We think you can gift. I think this works. Callum, jump in and tell me and cut me off if this starts not making sense. But he's nervous now. And thank you. Can we just give one more round of applause for Callum? It's his birthday and he spent 3 hours sticking around with us. Thank you, Callum.
Another happy birthday for you, Callum.
He's just very ominously live chatted me. Go on. And here's the idea. If people want to donate to the show, you can gift that donation to someone. So you go to the Streamlabs thing, which is the donation button, the click, or via infinitesofa.com, wherever, the button underneath the Twitch window, and you put their email address as the note. You put your email address and details or whatever you need to put in, your credit card thing for a couple of quid, but you put their email address as the note that you add. Then, because you get the opportunity to leave a little note, and thank you those of you who left lovely notes, then we will send them the login details so you can gift stuff, right? It will only work if you don't abuse it. Good luck, everyone. Let's see if this works. So that's that. Anyway, thank you. We've got away with it. Drag, Vampire, Conquer is the new rock, paper, scissors. Right, to close the show, Callum, let's go to a long shot. I'm going to play Drag, Vampire, Conquer with Matthias. Here we go. Matthias, just checking in. You've got fabulous English. Do you know what a conquer is? Doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. Here we go. Drag, Vampire, Conquer on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, very good. Very good. Well, I think we all saw who won that. So, thank you so much. What a wonderful night. Thank you to everyone in the Twitch. Everyone's going off for Callum. Partridge says, I want to be House of Bean. All right, let's not build up some sort of awful monopoly before other people employ their houses. And Bean says, Partridge, you can be if you really want. What the fuck is this? This is like...
My show now, Stu.
Mutiny within mutiny.
What I'm going to do now is I'm going to make Bean co-host and get the fuck out of here. Look, as long as I remain the benevolent leader, I don't mind if you squabble amongst yourselves for power, right? I don't mind if you and David are at loggerheads. Next show is Thursday at 9. Josh Widdicombe, Tom Binns, Athena Kugblenu, Damien Clark. No shoe balancing, I promise. And that's everything. We'll see you in the green room if you've got the code. Oh, here we go. GSV says, vampire eats drag. Drag dresses conquer. Conquer chokes vampire. I mean, there we are. What finer point is there to leave it? Thank you, everyone, for being on. Let's go long to say goodbye, everybody, to Lou, Heather, Cameron, Leslie, Sanna, Dave, Kate, Rob, Archie, Nikki, Bean, Sam and Ros, Matthias, Abby, Steph. I've been Stu Goldsmith. He was Ian. Well done, Ian, for getting in the cupboard. That was David. Shut your whore mouth, whore. And it was Callum's birthday. Mwah. Goodbye. Thank you.